lighter on the feet, too. You know, I don't care what anybody says. This team is not going to be the same without Deebo. Deebo about to get paid. You know, you can pretty much believe it now. It is because that video is all I needed to see. Deebo, man, that silence surrounding Deebo Samuel's payday struggles have suddenly shifted in a positive direction, and I truly believe that because I'm tired of hearing about it anyway. On an Instagram video, Samuel's trainer via MJ Mamid, 01, that's over on Instagram. He's quoted saying, he about to get paid, unquote. That actually happened with Samuel in the background, looking more jubilant than we've seen in a long time. Now, Deebo wears his heart on his sleeves at all times. If Deebo's in the background, hey, you can believe something's up. Okay, that's tonight. Go on to the phones for your take on the latest development coming out of Deebo's camp regarding an apparent looming payday and all things Niners. As per usual this time of year, we just go to a potpourri of anything that's red and gold. Let me run down through some details here. With the Niners set to report to training camp next Tuesday, Deebo is still waiting for a new contract, but that may well be over. There's a chance he might not have to wait. You know what? Make predictions tonight too. You're like, yeah, you know what? It was just this way. This time next week, because camp starts next week. Yes. You know what? Could be this week. I'm gonna go Friday, because I ain't coming back till Friday. So you know, yes. Earlier today, Samuel's trainer, as I mentioned, posted a video to Instagram from a workout with Deebo from his account. As I said, via MJ Mamid01. He said, if you haven't heard or you just tuned in, Deebo about to get paid. That's Deebo's back in the background doing all kinds of numbers. Good Deebo. This must be for real. That's all I could think while I was watching it, right? But it's possible that he could be citing things are moving closer to Samuel agreeing to a long-term deal with the San Francisco 49ers, which may have been part of the hang-up in the first place. Deebo may or may not have wanted. We're not going to get the true details until God knows when, but that's probably what may have been part of the hold-up, too. So, you know, you have to ask the question, could it be true? Is it true? That's the question tonight. You think that you believe it? And if you do, what do you think is going to be the amount? When's it going to happen? All those fun things that you're entertaining right now, share it with us. It needs to be, though, because Deebo entering the season, the final year of this rookie deal. He's been making noise all offseason, including reportedly saying, man, y'all got to trade me or pay me, one or the other. You know, Deebo never said that. I never got any quote him saying that, but somebody passed it along that he might have felt that way, agent. But the possibility of the Niners sending Deebo away in a trade significantly decreased after he wasn't moved during NFL draft night, as you know, anyway. And so that's what maybe that's why Deebo got calm sort of after the draft. He sort of calmed down. See, man, I don't know what my options are anyway. You know. So last month, John Lynch said during the annual Dwight Clark Legacy Series, quote, I'd be a fool to trade him. And you well, unquote, you're right, John. He's damn right. Deebo represent. You look up in the dictionary, game changer. There's a picture of Deebo right there. I'm sorry. There's a lot of great receivers in the NFL, but Deebo is something else. Now, I know you got these guys who can run these long routes and everything, but you know what? They don't do what Deebo does when he gets the ball. All you got to do is get the ball to Deebo as fast as you can. Let him go a few yards downfield. You don't go deep downfield. Just get the ball anywhere within 5 to 10 yard radius, and now watch what happens. So as this knows, Samuel's 1,770 total yards and 14 TDs last season would be very difficult to replace, to say the least. Especially second-year quarterback Trey Lance appears to be taking over under center. You don't need to take anything away from him. I don't care what anybody says. He's going to need every last weapon out there. But if the video from Samuel's trainer is any indication, both sides just might be happy with a new deal. It's good to have moments you can actually smile about. If Deebo's about to get paid, that sort of settles everything down as we go into camp. Everybody's going to be in a good mood, and they can get some work done. Jimmy Garoppolo, on the other hand, is also the 49ers apparently are not going to be able to get rid of him before another few weeks, right? So you got Jimmy should be, from what he's been throwing for weeks, according to some reports, be back on the field somewhere in mid-August. And that's we got a preseason game. Jimmy's probably going to play a preseason game now, since his status has been lowered from QB1, as far as I know. Here's the thing: he puts out too big a display, it's going to cause a little problem. Granted, whoever he's playing in preseason is going to be. Well, contrary to some people think, whoever he plays in preseason is not going to be up to his level. He can probably cut him up like he wants to, but yeah, I guess you're mostly looking at how he looks physically, so that any prospective buyers can say, "Oh, he looks pretty good out there." Let me give the 49ers a call and see what they're asking for. That's what the 49ers actually want, most likely. So we're going to find out. That and anything else you want to add to the conversation tonight is fine with me. As I go put on, I know people have been asking, "Hey, Ron, man, where is with the old-fashioned headphones? These are the only things that are really compatible." If you've ever called in and using pods and you notice we're having all kinds of problems, that's why. I don't know what's going on with this system. Maybe I need to get a new system. I have no idea. Let me go to, hey, Bryant, would you get in here, please?
Hey, Ronbo and Faithful, how are we doing tonight?
We're doing great with that good news. I think it is good news, Bryant. Do you? I mean, do you believe this?
I don't know. I mean, again, it's like everything is a story, you know. It's I mean, everything's a story, you know. I mean, so, I mean, it's fun to, and you know, the Niner fans. I mean, we're we love it. Yeah. Everybody loves to read about it, you know, jump on it, message, everything. And so yeah, if he's still here, then he's still here, and I don't know. But you know, next week it's going to be a different story, or tomorrow will be a different story. So, but hey, let me tell you, I wanted to give a shout out to Tony from Hawaii, Tony Nagatala.
Nagatoni.
Yeah, Nagatoni.
Tony.
Sorry,
Tony's great, isn't he? The first you've been communicating with Tony on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was the first person to donate to the Fathead Foundation for the new post.
Thanks, Tony.
And, yeah, it's awesome. We're gonna just keep it going as long as he's here, you know, and because eventually, you know, you're gonna need a new poster. And if anybody wants to jump in and donate, donating to Ronbo's channel is donating to Ronbo's channel. If you guys want to find me on Twitter, I'm not trying to plug myself. I'm just trying to raise money for the Fathead Wall and Ronbo's decor in the background. So
and he's talking to me about it, so he's not trying to hustle anybody. So, you know, it really is.
No, all money is going to Ronbo. This is just something fun that I was talking to other Niner fans about and said, hey, somebody should do that. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it. So we're going to raise just a little bit more money than it costs for a Fathead in case Ronbo needs to get a pizza or anything. And
get a Trey Lance jersey. I want him to succeed. I really do. And I'm just a little concerned. I hope he can. And I like you and I both agree about the Seahawks. You know, there's always little dark corners in your mind that are really worrisome, and you try not to think about them too much. But Deebo's payday, I think, Bryant, we can actually relax. You and I are skeptics when it comes to this kind of thing, but I think we might be able to relax. Deebo looked too excited. He knows something.
Well, with all the stories that's come out and everything like that, they said that they can pay Bosa and Deebo. I don't know the finances. I'm not in the office. I don't know exactly what they released to the public. I've read articles, but they say they can keep everybody and pay everybody. And then I've heard other people say, well, Deebo doesn't have to sign this year. He can be franchise tagged. Bosa's, fifth-year option, so there's a lot of positives to that right there. But I think this team just wants to gel and win together and stay together and click. And, with Deebo smiling, anytime Deebo's smiling, it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. So,
he was really, the guy was just grinning, jumping around. I said, look at Deebo. What the hell is that about? They must have told him something. That's all I could think,
Honestly, I know with all the lists that's come out and everything, and everybody wants, our players to really, be at the top and stuff. But with Deebo, he has had some injury issues, and he has had some drops. And honestly, I'm not, putting anything bad on him. I love Deebo. Yeah. But I think we should pay him to be a wide back. Don't, overuse him, but give him the ball. He's a playmaker.
Yes.
I don't want, say he's a bad wide receiver. No, but he's a better wide back. Wide backs catch the ball. They run the ball. They, and people say, oh, he shouldn't run up the middle or on the. Let him do what he needs to do, because when he gets the ball like the 30, he's scoring a touchdown.
Oh yeah.
So let's just let him do what he needs to do and let this team just explode. If Trey Lance can throw 80-yard bombs, let's let him do it, and let's just stay positive, because one thing is, there's always going to be another story out there. And,
we never 49er fans, we never run out of those, do we? There's always some kind of drama.
Never run out of them.
Oh.
No, and the media knows how to mess with us too. Arm fatigue, arm fitness. I mean, it's the same thing with different words.
Kyle Shanahan tripped and fell on a bar of soap allegedly purposely put out in his pathway by Deebo Samuel. Hey, you guys, make up one more story and you will be a marked man. Wouldn't it be funny? Put bounties out on reporters who are out there lying. God.
Well, I mean, that's one thing, too, is that everybody wants to say, I'm holding receipts. Okay, but this is all supposed to be, like, fun and stuff. We all talk. We all, like, one day you're like, cut Deebo. The next day you're like, pay him the bag, and then the next day you see other people, and they're doing it. Everybody's doing it. You've heard there's a lot of people that's called in on different shows, and they've said the same thing, and then the next day they'll say something different. And it's like it really goes off of the narrative of the day. It's like, burn the town down, and the next day, no, we need to save the town. And it's like, okay, we're Niner fans. Everybody needs to calm down. We all have opinions, but just because we have opinions, and someone, 3 months from now or 10 months from now wants to say, oh, you were bagging on this player or this player. Yeah, and you have all rights because you're a fan. You have all rights to say, hey, this player is not going to make it. This player is going to make it. I really like this player, or hey, I was totally wrong on him, but
nobody ever does that.
The games.
Rarely. Sometimes people do that. No, you'll never. It's rare. You see guys. I was wrong. I'm gonna do it. If Trey Lance comes out there and does a good job, I'm gonna be so quick to say, guys, I was so far off. I am delighted. Okay, and this is all I wanted to know. Can he continue? We got used to winning. I need to keep winning. And that dude, he says you will, Ronbo. You will right now. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like, the team right now is really built to win. It really is. You take Jimmy out and you put another quarterback in that can be just as good as him or better. I mean, we can go really far, really far. But again, I'm not the coach. I don't want to say, he can do this or he can't do this.
Yes,
but I would really like them to stay at those 10-minute drives where we control the clock. If we score 28 points or 32 points a game, I'm good with it. If the other team's only scoring a touchdown or a field goal, we're winning. I mean, and when you have the ball 10 minutes out of 15 minutes, the other team doesn't have a watch it. And our defense is healthy. They're not, tired. They can go at it. So, I mean, with a rotation like we got, I mean, the sky's the limit. And I mean, like, if Robbie Gould can, just keep his head up and just keep kicking, I mean, he might get a championship ring before he goes back to Chicago.
This would be the thing. And,
so, hey, I'm going to get off the phone, Ronbo. I love talking to you. I'm gonna drop my Twitter account in the chat, and if anybody wants to find me on Twitter, they can find the link, and they can also find it on Rombo's Twitter account because it's also there, and I'll repost it. And anytime anybody donates, I will shout you out on the show, and maybe here soon we'll get to that number. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's Niners. Everybody stay faithful.
Brian, appreciate
Ronbo,
you.
good night.
But Mr. Lily and Tony, talk to you later. And there's Big Show. This is pay and trade Deebo. Get draft assets back. Nick deserves the money more than Deebo. Nick's position, of course, is more important if reports are true. Big Show, thanks for your contribution. This would be, if you ran a poll around the entire Niner Empire, if there were funds only available enough to pay one or the other, and you had Deebo versus Nick, wouldn't it be funny to see how that poll would come out? That would really be wild. Tony.
Ronbo.
Tony, man, we're we're sitting here trying to have a moment that we can appreciate. It seems that Deebo, and I've never seen him like this. That video was a little bit much. I've not seen him that giddy in a long time. Somebody must have whispered something in his ear. It took all he could do to restrain himself from saying, I already know how much I'm going to get paid. For you suckers out there that don't know and been trying to get rid of me, I will get my. I can already see Deebo now going nuts if he got a chance. But people probably told Deebo, listen, try to behave in a professional manner. Tony, is Deebo getting paid soon? Are we going to be,
Well, yeah, I'd hate to spoil your story, Ronbo. But,
here it comes. Tony's ready. You and Brian coming in tonight with frowns on. Well, give it to us. We definitely want to know. Because if you got something, I want to know so I can stop being falsely happy.
I think the Big Show is right. I think the false notions of Deebo getting paid before Nick Bosa is a fallacy. So Deebo is just going to have to wait.
Tony's tongue-in-cheek in us. Tony, the thing is, I honestly, and most people won't speak on this, Tony, between the two, and I think you just sort of aired your feeling on that. If they sent you the poll on your email and you had to vote as fans, we're taking the fans seriously, the 49er organization, we're taking fans seriously this year as which direction we should lean to. We've only got enough funding to cover one or the other, but not both at this particular season. How are you going to vote?
Well, I'll tell you what, Ronbo, if Deebo's getting paid, then my guess is that they're both getting paid at the same time. So,
wouldn't that be amazing? And it behoove them to do so, because Nick's going to be worth more money next year, most likely, than he is this year, and that's going to be insane. Insane.
Well, I could be wrong, but I mean, look at Nick Bosa. I mean, he's a gentleman. He's a cool dude. He hasn't said boo
Not a word
about him getting paid. Unlike Deebo, he managed to put a skirt on and jump up and down with his fat ass and thought it would make a difference. I'm going to stay home. Baby, you know what? I'm going to stay home, let my ass get fat. I don't give a shit anymore.
Hey, Tony, here's the thing. If Deebo does get paid and he goes out there and lays an egg next year, oh my God. And if he gets hurt,
I don't think he will.
I mean, the thing, if he gets hurt, because we have a thing. If players on our team get hurt, with the exception of George Kittle, everybody else gets hurt will be damned by the fans, right? Because Tony, you and I both know you've played ball before. You're going to friggin' get hurt sometime. It can't be helped. If you're out there going balls to the wall playing the game, you're liable to get hurt. Your chances of getting hurt are 60-40 every time you go. So, but a lot of people don't know that because they never played or they don't know how sport goes. You can't half-ass do anything. You can't be careful when you play football, and it happens. No. So if he gets hurt, though, nobody cares.
Your job's on the line, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Well, see, with Deebo, Ronbo, if I can be truthful, I'm not the only one, but, you've got to have some big balls to call out Shanahan and say, hey, coach, give me the ball. Just give me the goddamn ball. And, I'm going in for a TD. Yeah. And to me, that displays, everybody can see it. Blind Freddie can see it, that he's got a lot of natural talent.
Guy's a warrior. A warrior born, Tony. That's an attitude. Everybody doesn't have that.
Yeah. You can't teach that, Ronbo. He's born with that. You know what I mean? He's born with that, and that's his natural talent. You can't teach what he does. You can teach it to a point, but,
that individual's personality will still kick in. If he's a wimp, he's a wimp.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's like in a time of war, there's people that know how to survive will survive. The people that don't will just get, But, the only thing that worries me with Deebo is Trey Lance. And where I'm getting at with that is Deebo had a little bit of a problem dropping the ball. Now, Jimmy throws a lot softer ball, let's say, for example.
Yeah.
And I'm worried if this guy slings one into him at 300 miles an hour, he starts dropping it.
Mm-hmm. Tony,
that's the only thing that
Tony,
concerns
before you
me.
open up that can of worms, I'm telling you right now. No, seriously. You seen how many guys the ball was blasting off of him last year at high speeds? We got over Benjamin. What's his name? The speech we had last year. The ball nearly killed him. Remember that one that other kid we lost, the return man. The ball almost took his head off, right? And he let it go. I think he let it go on purpose. They've got to teach Trey touch. He's not. And listen, for those who are watching, I'm not hating on Trey. I'm just saying he's not a midfield kind of guy. You remember Cap, right? Cap used to throw a bullet.
Yeah.
Guys 10 yards away. I said, Cap, Jesus Christ, pull the string on that.
Yeah, he used to fire it into him like he was on the other side of the field.
Right, only Anquan Bolden can handle it. But look at Bolden's body. Guy's got, everybody's not like that. Touch. And I don't know. I'm hoping.
Well, there's there's the flip side. They can just practice that, I mean, it's not hard to catch that ball, Ronbo. You know what I mean?
Some guys got arms. If you put enough velocity on it, it becomes. It feels like somebody put grease on it. I remember I remember quarterbacks like that. Even in high school, they could bring it, and that ball hits your hands. You think you got it, but you could hear that ball whistling as it's coming towards you. That's when you know you got a bullet coming. And oh my God. And then you catch like Jimmy's throw. It seems to lay right in there. And I'm not touting. But anybody saying, here he goes bragging on Jimmy. I'm just saying, Jimmy's ball, timing is of the essence in a lot of those routes that Kyle wants developed. And you got to put that ball there. The receiver's got to run into it. It's got to be, the plate's got to be, it's got to be set properly. I hope Trey's working on that.
Yeah, well, that's another story for another time. But what I did enjoy, what I've seen today on some of the podcasts was that little rat, Grant Cohen, was whinging because he's never said another thing about Kinlaw since Kinlaw had a go.
You blame him?
So he's moved on to trying to wreck Jimmy G's career, and then he had a bit of a whinge. He had a whinge that Nick Bosa blocked him on Twitter, and I thought, who the hell's not going to block you little piece of crap?
He told people that? Damn.
Yeah, he was doing a podcast with not Crocker. I can't remember the guy's name together. But the guy that was doing the podcast with him was tiptoeing around everything he would say.
Well, yeah, you don't want to get
thinking to myself, yeah, and he goes, oh, yeah, Nick Bosa, he blocked me on Twitter. And I was like, you piece of shit. So,
I'm surprised he doesn't know about several others. Grant is not the 49er player's friend. They mostly don't like. I don't know. If you went and ask them all, you like Grant? They're not going to say yes. But I thought that's what he wanted. Oh, so
you want to be judge, jury, and executioner. That's what you get. Trying to play with people's livelihoods here.
Tony, we're running out of time. We're having too much fun as we always do. I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, brother. One more week till practice, huh?
Yes, I know. Finally, some real stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Have a great
Shout
day,
out
Tony.
to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, there goes Tony. Love this guy. And then Bronco Niner says, show smoking. Trey needs all the help he can get. This is true. Hashtag flop. This is true. Don't take no weapons away from him, please, God. Please. And there he is. He's out of Chicago, where some of the best pizza in the world is served. I do love me some deep dish pizza. It is Michael from Chicago Sports Talk. Papa Dragon's best, buddy.
I always like one of those. I always like those pizzas. By the way,
so good.
Who doesn't like Chicago pizza? Who doesn't like it?
I haven't met anybody yet.
I can't wait for next week. Training camp news will finally come out for the Bears. I know you probably are excited Training camp is around the corner. Then
Absolutely.
it's the preseason. Then it's the preseason.
Yes.
Then the week 1 matchup.
Oh, and I know you're pumped about that, Michael.
In the great words of somebody, our battle will be legendary.
And it may be. I'm laughing because you've just made that announcement. So, yeah. Okay. Looking forward to it.
I think the Justin Fields versus Trey Lance rivalry will probably have potential to be a top 5 rivalry in the NFL, because if you look at the rivalries right now, Mahomes versus Allen, Mahomes versus Burrow, like there's a lot of great rivalries in the NFL, and I think Justin Fields versus Trey Lance is going to be one of them. I could be wrong, but I think the only way, I was speaking to my uncle about this just earlier. He said, you remember the Tampa Bay game against the Bears where they made Justin Fields eat the dirt?
Yeah.
Basically, he said that the only way that the Bears are going to beat the 49ers is if they make Trey Lance eat the dirt like Justin Fields did against the Bucks. That's pretty much what the Bears have to do, is make Trey Lance eat the dirt.
Well, that's the formula. Anytime you're playing somebody, that's what you got to do. If you can kill the quarterback, you really kill the other team's chances playing offense, right? So, the thing is, though, who's got the best defensive line here between the two units, Mike?
I think the 49ers do. But I'll say at the end of the season which one ends up to be better. But as of right now, I think the Niners have a better pass rush than the Bears currently. But it could happen at the end of the season, though. So I can't say, who's gonna finish better. Will be the Bears, will be the Niners. But currently, if I had to choose any pass rush, it would be the Niners. Anyways, Robert Quinn got disrespected. He broke the single Bears sack record yet to get him an 83 overall on Madden.
I don't really. I want to know how they arrive at the numbers they do for the players that they do. Because I looked at Amari Cooper as a wide receiver 10, and I didn't see Deebo and on the list at all. And I said, Amari Cooper had less than 1,000 yards last year, and actually Dak threw the ball to him on occasion. But I don't understand how he got that ranked high. I understand. Well, they say Deebo's not really a wide receiver; he's a wide back. So they can't put him on the list with the league's best receivers. But yet he went over 1,000 yards receiving. Okay, guys. Are you going to put him in what category are you going to put him? There's no such thing as a wide back category. If it was, Deebo would be number 1. So how are you going to do? So it's disturbing.
At this point, I'm not even surprised that EA rates these players at a very biased category. Like they rated Darnell Mooney as a 79 receiver, which you could make the argument he could have been an 80 overall, and I wouldn't be mad about that. But Mooney should have at least been an 81 or an 83 overall. But what do you expect? EA's retarded.
They do a lot of say a lot. And this is all the time. This is not just when they do Madden ratings. When you hear something that they did, you always say, okay, this is, I'd like to talk to the person. I want to see if he's more than 8 years old. How did he come up with this? That's what you got to put up with. And as fans, we're always going to see things. If you continue to read off the internet, you're going to see things that could work you up. I got to tell you, Mike, stress conditions from the content we take in off the internet, it's going to develop a new kind of condition. It's going to have to require probably medication at some point. If some people are already on it, This rage that you get, that's not healthy. All of us. I end up, if I take a day off from reading social media, I feel better. I really do.
Yeah, that's why. Speaking of which, Don Bird came in my Monday Night Raw stream. I think it was like last week. He came in my live stream. Oh, I see. You did not call in on Rumble. I'm like, I called in last night. Where were you at? Yeah, living in living in your cardboard box, listening to Bears live streams. I see you, Domber. I know you don't see me type, but just because I don't type in the chat doesn't mean I don't see your ass on any Bears live stream. So I see you, Domber. I see you. So unlike you, Domber, I don't have time to get my hands dirty and troll these Bears fans, Vikings fans. Maybe he trolls the Packers. Maybe, I don't know. But I'll tell you, the day he goes over to the Packers live streams chat, he's going to die because the Packers fans will eat him up.
Don Berg gets his butt beat in here. Although Don's actually curbed some of his angles in here, and I notice he says things. He usually comes up with something that he can back it up with some kind of a substance. He used to just throw random BS in there sometimes, and he just pile on it, right? So he's actually, Michael, he's actually improved his dogma now is something you actually have to think about for a second. It used to be, oh, what the? And you go after him, you know. But he's I don't know what he's doing with you over at your place, but you know.
I heard everybody wants to claim him as the face in the situation. If you want to claim him as the face in the situation, go right ahead. I love being. Am I a bad guy? Absolutely, I am a bad guy, and I'm proud of it.
Well, Mike, we're going to run out of time. We actually did. Go ahead and make your usual goodbye note. Go ahead.
All right.
Because we're going to say goodbye.
49ers faithful. Acknowledge me.
Good night,
Mike. Good night.
Isn't he scary? Hey, here he comes. Hey, Break. Come on in, Break. Oh, Break. Break. Oh, come on in, Break. I love hearing. Break's not here? Oh, no, we got to have Break. Hey, Break.
Ronbo.
Break, there you are. Come on in, Break.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, Break, you know, it's funny. I noticed that Deebo was, and I went strictly on Deebo's body language as they were talking about him about to get his compensation. But, you know, people are still worried. We've had a couple of calls already where Break, have we become conditioned to know that whatever news we're getting isn't accurate and that we can look forward to some bad news? Well, I mean, Break, what do you make of this situation? Is Deebo getting paid?
I'm hearing all this doom and gloom, man. I mean, any kind of positive vibe from anybody right now, I'm all right, man. If he's happy, I think I'm happy. I think the Niners should be happy. Let's just assume that he's getting paid. Why are we going to worry about it, man? I feel like maybe it's going to happen.
Right.
It's going to happen. It's just, it's going to happen.
Break your connection.
But
it's
one
not
thing
as,
I do know is I heard
break your Break your connection's not as good as usual.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Are you in a different place? It's sort of like you're in a tunnel.
In a minute.
Okay, you need another minute?
Come back to me in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let make some adjustments. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes then. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Ronbo.
No problem. Hey, Omar's here. Omar.
How are you, my friend?
Omar, doing great, man.
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, my brother.
You know, I need more good news like that. And we go through this every year during camp. Somebody's not getting paid, and we got to wait till, right up to the moment. Usually if it's not a draft pick or somebody or something else. And this year's Deebo. And I got to believe Deebo, that look on his face when his trainer was putting up that video, that says it all. He's way too happy. Is it real, Omar? You think so?
Yeah, I really think that he is going to get paid, but in order for him to get paid, we have to cut Jimmy. We can't keep them both on the books because,
remember that myth has been debunked by several different people. It's not true. Jimmy, the 49ers are not owing Jimmy a dime until cut day. So whatever they got in mind, they can do right now. Jimmy has nothing whatsoever to do with what they're doing with Deebo. Now you can project that and say that Jimmy is going to get cut. You can say that maybe. But
Yeah, I
as
keep
far as
hearing
paying
conflicting
Deebo
stories,
now, nah, nothing to do with it.
yeah, I keep hearing conflicting stories about is he staying or is he going? And I said, well, in order for him to get paid, I think Jimmy's going to have to leave because they can keep him up on the books. But if they cut Jimmy, then I guess is there more leverage to sign Deebo? I think there's a deal set for Deebo already. It just hasn't been announced. And I've seen his trainer. I just saw it about half hour ago.
Yeah.
His trainer, they were happy or smiling. So there's something going on. You know how one thing about the Niners, they keep everything in-house. Like they don't like reveal what they're going to do. And that's what I like about the 49ers. They keep everything quiet on the hush-hush tip. So, but he's going to get paid. Trust me when I tell you. He's well-deserved. He's going to get paid. And I can't wait for the season to start because I'm really excited. So,
you know, because a happy Deebo, it means the 49ers are probably going to have a good season. He's got to play. I cannot see us doing the same things.
He's our workhorse, but I think that they need to run him less. I don't like him running the ball. It bothers me, him running the ball. I mean, we have running backs for that. You know, we have Sermon, and then we have the other guy. And to me, it's like use him as a receiver. You know what I mean? Because like we're gonna get him hurt. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, that's why they went out and got the guy they got. You know about Tyrion Davis-Price, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I do.
I think that's why they went and got that big bruising dude. Because Deebo's big
not only that,
dude.
But they also but they also have the speedster that they drafted from SMU.
Elijah Mitchell, and you know that's a good thunder and lightning combination. So they're trying. They're addressing it.
I just want to see, honestly, like I said, no knock on Jimmy. I think we need to throw the ball downfield a little bit more. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? That's my opinion. I mean, you know, it's no knock on Jimmy. Well, we got to throw the ball downfield.
Omar, it shouldn't be. I like to spotlight these things. When you have a play caller or a coach that designs plays, Jimmy has the capability to throw the ball downfield. This is another myth. People think he can't do it. Jimmy's thrown the ball plenty of times, even last year, downfield. But you need the personnel. You need the setup. You need the game plan. You don't just arbitrarily or randomly throw the ball downfield. A lot of people think that for some reason. I don't know.
Well,
but it has to be done
really randomly
in a strategic fashion.
Yes, we got to.
It's not a high percentage pass.
I mean, if we can just throw the ball downfield just a little bit more, just to make the defense honest, I guess. I mean, we should do it. I mean, you know, a lot of people were knocking Trey Lance. I said, listen, we drafted this guy. We gave up draft picks for him. Give him a chance. That's all I'm going to say about that. Give the guy a chance. I mean, like, you can't hit a home run without swinging the bat. Give the guy a chance. You gave Jimmy G a chance. Listen, I like Jimmy G personally. I like the guy because with him, we won games, and without him, we lose. So there's a record in there. What are we, 8-57 without him?
It's bad.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't win without the guy. You can't deny that. Those are numbers. And yes, he has some questionable throws where he does throws with double coverage. I've seen it, and I'm like, wow, you know, you can't do that. But I like Jimmy personally. I like the guy. He's done a lot for us, man. You can't deny it. When we were in the dark ages before he came to us. He put us on the map again. I mean, you can't say no. He did.
Omar, also remember,
you know, I hate
you don't want a coward for a quarterback. That does more damage. This is why I always laugh when people say, Jimmy's nothing but a game manager. No, game managers don't try to thread the needle with the ball like Jimmy does. So, you know, this is the thing.
I say game.
You got to know that if he's got that kind of confidence, you got to let that guy throw it. Because for all those times you saw him miss, 4 or 5 other times he hit. So that's why Kyle never gets mad with him.
Look at it. Yeah. Like you remember in 19 when we were playing the Saints.
Yeah.
Jimmy won us that game. That was a hell of a ball game, and then Kittle's in the end, he broke some tackles and got a flag, and then we won the game. I remember watching that game with my chapter group, with our group of people we were watching it with. It was exciting. You know, like I said, I like Jimmy personally. I like the guy, and I hate to see him go. But they're going to move on from him. Unfortunately, it's just how it is. It's football.
And Omar,
you know, his time.
You know what I hope, because everybody pretty much remembers every last mistake Jimmy's made. And usually they get over the good place. What are we going to do? Trey's not going to be perfection every week. Now, are we going to go the same? Are we going to go the same path? Every mistake they make, people go wild, overreact. It's like other quarterbacks never throw a ball. It's a little bit in error. It's a little weird to me.
Yeah, there's going to be some learning curves with this kid, obviously. But you drafted for him, you gave up picks for him. This is the guy you guys wanted, so here it is. So we'll see what happens. As far as I'm concerned, he's a question mark. Nobody knows what this guy's going to be. Nobody knows anything about this kid. He hasn't played that much football. We'll see what happens when the season starts. As far as I'm concerned, he's a question mark. I don't know what's going to happen. I hope he plays well.
We all do.
I've seen some glimpses of him where he's made some throws that were pretty good. That long bomb of Deebo. I mean, there's some potential there, or if they would ever draft him. Now, if he becomes a bust, then he becomes a bust. That's
and then
the guy
back
we
to square
wrote with.
one. See, that's the thing that worries me.
So,
see, if you've got a winning team, you keep it intact.
Exactly.
But we're running a gamble on this kid. And,
Yes.
and you know something else, Omar?
Exactly.
People think it's all because the coaches and everybody else thinks Jimmy sucks. No, the biggest reason is his health. Jimmy seems to find a way to get hurt, or hurt seems to find him every year. He played last year and got all with the NFCCG. Bad hand, bad shoulder. You know, what if he ever stayed completely healthy? I'd love to see that, but I don't think we ever will.
I mean, the game against the Rams, I'm still hurting over that loss. It's bothering me. And then you have that idiot that calls in here, marketing slow, whatever the fuck his name is. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I know kids watching here. I can't stand the fucking Rams. I'm sorry. Where are they getting all this money to sign all these guys? I don't know.
But yeah, that's it.
I don't know what to say about that. But we'll see when the season comes. I know you have other callers coming. But listen, man, all Niner faithful, let's be optimistic here. We're going to have a good season. Let's keep a good attitude, man. Whoever's on the center, that's who I support. That's all I have to say about that, my friend. Go Niners. We're the greatest franchise of all time. You remember that. We're the greatest. Take care, Ronbo. I love your platform.
Thanks.
I love you, man.
Take long time. Appreciate you, fam. Thanks. Have a great night, Omar.
Man. Take care, brother.
Omar's down in Florida.
Go Niners, man. We're the best. We're the best.
All right. We got pride. That's what we do. 49er fans, we got pride. Hey, break! See if we got a better connection this time. Yo, break.
How about, is it better now, Ronbo?
The echoing is gone. You still sound distant, but I can hear you, though.
Okay,
Well,
sorry,
break.
man. I'm had to pull over. I was driving.
Oh, you're driving. I figured as much. Be careful. Well, break.
Yeah,
I
I pulled over.
I love it. You came in a few minutes ago. The enthusiasm was in the right place because a lot of us don't believe what we're seeing because we're so used to things not going anything but south for us. And, break, I got to tell you, and I don't know if you entertained this thought or not before, but when we were losing, I think we were happier. You know what I mean? Because now that we're winning, because building the team and watching it grow and everything, and, everybody's pretty much saying happy things. We had arguments about certain people, but now we've got some hostility rolling around the empire about several different issues. People wanted to get rid of Deebo.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Mentioning talking about people, I think winning kind of it feels good. So there's a little bit more, sense of urgency when you start winning. But I mean, if you were probably, I'm sure you're close to my age. I'm 43. So I came up in the 80s when we were winning. So I remember what it feels like to have like a really, really big winning team. The Niners won in the 80s and the 90s. I remember what that felt like. My kids and other people, are barely starting to feel that now. You know what I mean? So like people that are kind of younger, they're barely starting to get that taste of winning, and it kind of screws their head a little bit, man. They want to keep it going. So there's a lot of doom and gloom if something doesn't go their way right away. But I feel like, the Deebo thing, man, is any kind of happiness, whether it's from him, his trainer, the Niners, if there's a smile on their face, anytime they're talking right now, I'm happy. Because just a couple months ago, we thought we were going to lose him. And you know what? There was a time that I thought maybe he was going to get traded or something was going to happen. And then all the fans started talking a lot of bad things on his Instagram and all that stuff. And that was real classless. That really pissed me off because what are we doing, man? Like, all he wants to do is get paid, man. And if you were in his position, this is kind of the only way to negotiate, man, is you do these things. And it's a little immature, but you know what, man? You can't be calling him out, man, and doing all that stuff, man. This guy, he gave it all on the field last year, man. I mean, I've been a Niner fan since I could see, man, and I don't remember a guy playing that hard for a team ever. I mean, you got to love a guy like that. And people bashing him is ridiculous. So I'm not with that, man. I don't like that.
I agree. Yeah, and you know, it's funny because Big Show is one of the people you're talking about that a lot of the younger people know about the legacy, but they've not been able to experience that nectar. You know what I mean? No. That sweetness of being able to say, yeah, Niners beat them. And Rams, we got a Ram fan here. Are you ready for this break? We got a Rams fan. Yeah. Imagine talking about the 80s. The kid must be 15 or 16. He says things like, he said, and I'll never forget it, Ronnie Lott was a wimp.
God.
If there's anybody who you can never, ever call a wimp, it's Ronnie. I got to play. Your finger, Ronnie. Give me a knife.
Yeah.
Cut the finger off and go play. Let's go.
Amputate his finger so you can keep playing, man. What? Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, you can't say anything about Ronnie Lott, man. That dude is a monster, man. Come on, that's ridiculous.
So ready to go.
Obviously don't know that.
Know your role and shut your mouth, child. I can't.
Sure.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's horrible, man. I can't believe someone would actually say that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I do think there's something to that, though, man. People that haven't lived through we had a dynasty, man. I mean, the closest thing back then to a dynasty, was winning 2 or 3 in a decade, and we did that. We secured 80s in the early 90s, and it just felt different to being a fan back then, and I think we're getting a taste of that again. And for the people that haven't lived through that, I think we haven't won yet. Obviously, lately we've been getting there, we've been getting close, but we haven't went over the top. And for us, man, we remember going to the Super Bowl, we were going to win. It wasn't about if we're going to win or lose, about what we're going to put on.
All we did was get there.
Score. Yeah, once we got there, we were winning.
But the best thing is, though, because we did get the taste of being like other teams for a while in those dark spots, and to become competitive again. Break, I'm not sure if we really appreciated that like as much as we should. Times have changed. The salary cap has ruined what teams used to do, the big market teams. With Eddie D getting into the trouble he got into, we can't bring all the best blue chip players into San Francisco. You've got to stay. Money management is the thing. It's not easy to dominate anymore like it used to be. And so being in the mix as much and often as we have been since Harbaugh came, we took a brief hiatus into the darkness again. We came out and we've been involved again. So, I think we need to learn to appreciate things a little more now. You got to temper your expectations.
I'm telling you, man. Shanahan and Lynch, they might not be perfect, but does anybody really remember like the Harbaugh, not the Harbaugh days, but the Balky and the Tom Sulas, and does anybody remember that stuff? I feel like, look what we got, man. We got some stability and people that actually seem to care, and they're doing something, man. Things are looking up, and I feel good about what we have. I feel like everybody's just constantly complaining, man, and it's like we're doing pretty good, man. We're not quite over that hump. But you know what? There's a couple plays away from 2 Super Bowls. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple. And
we got the right guys in place
right now and I think our team is better than it's been depth-wise, top to bottom. I don't see any weaknesses in any room this year. I really don't. The offensive line, you could say maybe, but there's depth there. There's a little depth who knows?
They need to work together. We see them work together because they're just big guys. And offensive linemen are just big guys that are athletic. Now, you get those big guys together, and they're new to each other a bit. You got Aaron on what's his name? The new kid that played left tackle, left guard.
Yeah,
and then you got Michael McGlinchey's comeback. We're still concerned about the question mark at right guard. But, the center position, Jake Brindle. Break, have you got anything? What do you think about Jake?
Here's the thing, man. You can only go with what you're hearing. And, of course, they're not going to say, hey, man, I don't really feel comfortable with what we got. They're not going to say that. But we got to remember, man, that these guys were back. Okay, you were backing up Alex Mack. These guys were backing up people that were established. they've got to see these guys for a last couple years play, not quite Alex Mack just last year, but they got to see Trent Williams up close. They got to see Alex Mack up close. And they're going against the D-line, whether it's the first, second, or third teamers. They're all awesome guys.
I know they get
their season, man. Their season.
That's right.
I'm telling you right now, man.
That's a good point, Break. I keep forgetting about that. They're going to see in practice.
I don't think people think about that. Yeah, they're getting those reps against quality.
I got to remember that from now on when I worry about the offensive line.
Man.
Just remember one thing. They're dealing with some guys that they're not going to have to deal with through most of the season.
and the guys are replacing, man. You don't think that they've laced them and told them some stuff. And you know what, dude? I mean, we're not household names, right? That's what they're not first round draft picks. But you know what? We don't need those. Look at Aziz. He wasn't drafted. Look what he's turned into. You could go down the line of these guys that have been brought in by this culture and have excelled. I'm not worried about it at all, man.
And that's why I want them to stick around. Brick, we're gonna have to go. Hopefully you got time Friday. Love to hear from you Friday.
Yeah, I'll come back, man. Definitely.
Appreciate
Good talking to you, Ronbo. Thanks for calling me back.
Talking to you too. Night, fam.
All right. Good night.
God, remember that, fam. Break brought out an excellent point. Our offensive line is going against guys tougher than they're going to see most of the season. Hey, is it Eric? Go 3, 4, 6. They're going to get tough. I really believe it. Now, I never thought about that. Because it's so busy.
What's up, Ronbo?
Who is that? It sounds like
this Anderson.
Oh, Anderson. How you doing, Phil?
Man, I'm good, man. I just want to build off what the other caller just said, man.
Yeah.
He said exactly what I was thinking. I don't care about my playmakers. I need my offensive line to show up every week so the playmakers can do what they need to do to make the play.
Damn right.
That's what I need, my offensive line to show up. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Deebo, I'm happy he's getting paid. Now it's time for him. He needs to get him and Trey Lance. They need to get on spot because I'm like this. Let me see a play with Deebo, Ayuk, and Danny Gray on the field.
And don't forget Juwan Jennings. You know what? That foursome right there. That's a lot of juice.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, I feel it because see, like with the previous caller, I was telling my cousin about the linebackers. I'm telling them like Fred and Aziz. I say they're gonna have a good ass year. Watch. And bam, he spoke his name. And I say, see, I told you.
And Anderson,
we finna shine.
And Anderson, do you know the competition going on between Aziz and Dre? That right there, boy, that is
Yeah.
They're gonna make each other. I mean, they'll be right up near Fred level, both of them, because they're gonna be trying so hard to beat the other one out. Because rumor is already out there, we're not keeping both Dre and Aziz next year. One of them is gonna have to rise above. Can you imagine? Oh, man. And both of them got style.
And then, because see, Greenlaw, he get hurt a lot, so that's another thing
recently.
About Greenlaw.
Yeah. Both of them got hurt last year, though. And we was down to Flanagan Foles. Flanagan Foles. See, Davis, that's what I'm talking about. When we struggle at certain times of year, we do actually miss, but they got such depth now. The 49ers have conscientiously, each and every year, tried to not bring in any. You remember how Trent Balk used to bring in people every year, and we just pray that they don't have to come into the game? Yeah. They don't play that now. No, the Niners bring in, if you can't play, you go sit on the bench because you're only playing behind really good talent. But you need to have good talent because you can be called in any time.
Who we got? Ain't that Adam? What's his name? Adam Peters or something like that?
Oh yeah, that's him.
That dude from the Broncos.
Yep.
Yeah. We got these some good players, and I like how the secondary is. It got a little more depth in it.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little more depth in it, and I like how I want Tavares more playing that this
Safety.
strong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're not
I
saying
want
anything about
Tavares
how his
more.
foot's doing, his Achilles. I guess it's, that's a scary injury.
I
I hope he
seen-
can still explode
well,
and
I
ain't scared
seen-
to.
I seen something on Instagram where it was showing all the players or with their little mini camp or whatever.
Yeah.
And it showed more running around this thing. They was all running around like I guess it was a corner drill or something.
Yeah.
He hit it like wasn't nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, all
So I'm
right.
like, yeah, he should make that.
Yeah.
Cause I feel and who was that? I like, man.
There's so
I
much to like.
I ain't gonna lie.
You see, hey,
Yeah.
Anderson, you see that big dude at 300 pounds named Poe?
Yeah, ain't that the fullback or something like that?
No, Poe's an offensive lineman, but his athleticism
yo.
could make him a fullback. You know what? I'll bet you the 49ers try to experiment and see what else they could do with him besides making an offensive lineman out of him. Because he was out there running routes and catches passes. Anderson, how many
Yeah.
dudes do you see at 300 pounds running routes and catching passes?
Not shit. It's rare. It's very rare.
If I'm
You
Jed
don't
York,
see it,
I say,
but-
you're not cutting him, guys.
Man.
I don't care what you do. You're not cutting him.
I can see it on the plays like this close to the line. You usually see a linebacker or offensive lineman go for a touchdown or something.
Yeah. I'm giving him the ball.
If they got that, yeah.
If we're 3 yards out,
And
I'm giving him the ball. And I might tell
Yeah.
offensive lineman just get out the way because you're just getting in the way. He comes running down through there.
Yeah.
You've got to make a business decision. Anderson, are you stepping in front of that truck?
hell nah.
See?
This boy
Kyle's got to
coming
do
because
it.
I seen what it was film of him, man. That dude, oh yeah, that's a wrecking ball.
Can move that
That's
big
a wrecking
frame.
ball. Yeah. Yeah.
If nothing else, I want to put
and,
a pulling guard. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I don't. It'll be good as long as Trent Williams don't get hurt again.
I know.
And shit. And you know what? It was a caller. He said something. It was a couple calls ago. He said something. He don't feel right about that Rams game. And I always say that shit. I just be having nightmares, cold sweats about that ball just getting caught by Tart, and then he just dropping it, and I'm just like, come on, man, I lost $1,000 on that thing. Get the fuck out of here. Oh man, that hurts. And you know, I'm finna go ahead and go so somebody else can get on Ronbo. But you know what? I don't know what it is, but whoever this guy is, this marketing host, man, don't call this show no more. Don't call this show no more, cause you piss a lot of people off in the chat, and when you call in, stop it, bro. Stop it. Don't call in no more.
Anderson,
And on that note, Ronbo.
Anderson, aren't you down?
Go ahead.
Aren't you down in Louisiana?
Oh no, I'm in Texas. I'm
So
in
you're in
Beaumont, Texas.
Yeah, because Marketing Pro is from the Bayou. And, you know, I was laughing because I was thinking that we do have somebody calls in here from Louisiana. So I said, you know, you may have read in the Marketing Pro, didn't even know it. But Texas. Oh, next time you call, we got to talk about Dallas. I got some questions because I had an argument with a guy on Twitter. I want to get some confirmations from you.
All right. They're trash. They ain't shit. They still talk. I got people I work with this time. Oh man, y'all only won because the clock ran. I say, man, y'all lost because y'all stupid, man. You start saying y'all stupid.
Give me one for me.
You don't put the ball down. You don't put the ball down. Where have you ever seen a player put the ball down and snap it? Not in the Little League.
$40 million. They paid $40 million.
Not in the nowhere.
Anderson.
Yeah.
We got to go, though. I'm going to tell you. I'll see you Friday if you got some time. Always great to hear from you.
For sure. All right, man. Shout out to the 49ers, man. Shout out to my boy Tony. Aloha, man. Pay attention to what's going on in the northeast of the sea, man.
Yeah.
Northeast of the sea, man. Pay attention. All right, man, Ronbo. Peace. Love you.
Peace, fam. Love you back, too. Have a great night.
For sure.
Everybody loves Tony, man. Tony Nagatani out. Tony, what you doing? Amy? Wait a minute. Emilio. Oh, ah.
What's happening?
You probably heard us talking about you on a few times. Every time we start talking about Deebo, but Emilio says, no, we ain't got to worry about Deebo. So you come on in, and I know you heard it.
Actually, I have it. I'm hearing it from you guys. So I haven't heard it.
Oh yeah, really? We said because a lot of us do worry about not having Deebo in the mix. It's like trying
I don't know why.
to make a margarita without putting the salt on the
Sorry to
glass.
say, people keep saying he's not replaceable. Everybody in the NFL is replaceable. You don't see why not? Just don't see it. He's replaceable at any time.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Wait. I want you to answer this question. Ready to Go, the child from Los Angeles, says you can't find a Niner fan in the Bay Area. Emilio lives in the Bay Area. And Emilio, can you tell?
Where's he from?
I know Ready to Go says, he says wild, just obscenely stupid things. I'm going to stop. Oh, God, don't.
I live right next to Oakland. I live in Brighton. What are you talking about?
I have no.
I live right in the middle of Oakland, San Francisco.
He says things that are so stupid. I can't believe him sometimes.
I live right in the middle.
He's a child. Anyway. But yeah, let's get back to Deebo.
That's a new one for me.
I don't know where he gets these things. And as I said, he's the same guy.
97 or 98% of Bay Area fans are Raider Niner fans.
And because the thing
Wake up, stupid.
And the thing is, he also says that McVay is a better coach than Bill Walsh, that Ronnie Lott was a wimp. You know what? If you're a child and you know nothing about football history, wouldn't it be best to be quiet? It's like when my mom and dad be talking and they tell me to hush when grown folks are talking. This is what we have to say to Ready to Go. What? Oh my God.
I would have gave him some props if he would have said Kerr is better than Bill Walsh. Maybe I'm like, man, Bill, Kerr already has a whole bunch of rings as a player and coach.
I
was a little farther, man.
Man.
That's it now. 15, Nuts barely dropped.
Maybe 15.
He had couple chest hairs on his chest. Oh, I can talk now.
Rams fans, you need to be ashamed and Ready to Go. If I was you, I'd say, Ready to Go, please don't talk on our behalf. Oh, my God.
They finally won their first Super Bowl in 20 years.
But Deebo, but before we run out of time, Deebo is like...
You know what?
Go ahead.
I'm to the Rams. Just something. You're not a one and done like shit. Just something else. Because if you guys are, the whole league is going to let you have it. Not just Niners fans, the whole league. You guys won the Super Bowl. Pete Carroll can never go back. He hasn't gotten close. He said one win. But he got a Super Bowl. But he lost to the damn Patriots, and he hasn't been back ever since.
Yeah, only the Patriots seem to have had a grip on that title, didn't they? So, But Deebo...
Nobody's really gone back. Well, you got no other teams since the Patriots have really won the Super Bowls lately, so I don't know.
These are things that trend up and down. The Patriots had their time. They'll be like everybody else now. So, we're going to find out.
Exactly, Deebo. I didn't say before, I'm glad for Deebo. But I'm just saying, he's replaceable. Everybody in the NFL is replaceable. Any point if you get
Deebo. Yeah, but for us, he's not. But for us, he may not be replaceable. I'm listening.
Jimmy's replaceable.
Well, in that case, like you said, that makes sense. You just said ain't nobody not replaceable. Yes.
Everybody's replaceable. Everybody in the NFL is replaceable.
Ask Belichick if Brady's replaceable.
We don't know yet. We don't know what.
But Belichick knows. Brady went and got a trophy immediately after he left, and Belichick went right to the toilet bowl.
Well, to defend McCorkle, at least he got to the playoffs his rookie year. So.
Well, that's true. They're making a comeback.
I'm not saying he's great. But he got to the playoffs his first year. I don't know.
Well,
That's a lot to be seen yet.
don't open that can because Big Show is waiting.
I'm just saying. He just got to the. I'm saying he's got to the playoffs. I'm saying. I'm not saying he's a great quarterback or he's amazing. He get to the playoffs in one way or another.
Emilio, I got to tell you though, a lot of what you see has to do with the program. People isolate and point at players, and there's some truth to what you say when you say everybody's replaceable. If you got a good system and you plug in at least decent players, you should be okay. You look at Belichick's system, Kyle Shanahan's building a system, who else around the league can compare? That's about it. Everybody's got good programs, but the Hawks used to. I hate to say it.
It's hard to say, but Sean McVay is having his own program. So, hey.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
For him.
We have to give the Rams a little bit of credit on that. There you go, Rams. Throwed you a bone. So shut up. God. See, and that's why, being the 49ers, we attract these people because they know who the king is. It's always been us.
Well, to put it like this, we can think of the greatest teams in the league. We're one of them.
Yeah.
You have to say the Cowboys.
I am. I'm talking history.
The Patriots. I'm just saying, you got the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Recent.
Steelers. Green Bay.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
so it's great to see. Rams are nowhere near it. They're not even close. So
Rams have been that team
you gotta win more.
that there was always did a little train that I think I can. That was them. They couldn't.
The Rams at least got to win 2 more. I can't even say the Raiders are better than them.
Yeah, no, you can. And if you go by trophies,
Yeah, that's it. And you at least got to have 3 to be talked about and say, yeah, we're a great organization.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they barely got 2.
I didn't even see the clock. We looks like we got to go. I'm going to tell you what, Emilio. I mean, good to hear from you. I was worried that you heard people saying, man, Emilio, we got to keep Deebo. I don't know what he's talking about. I thought you heard that. I'll see you Friday.
We keep him. No, I just been a little busy, Finally, football is back, so.
I know you had. Yeah. All right. I knew it.
You know me.
I know.
When football comes down, that's when I'm around.
You're looking forward to it,
too
too.
much to talk about.
That's true.
Yeah, of course I am. I'm waiting for the season. I already told you I'm going to Denver this year.
You got another week.
I already got my game plan.
All right, fam.
Yeah, I'm going to Denver, so I'm going to be at that game with us.
Yeah, you be reporting back in, too. You're looking forward. All right, fam. I'll see you Friday.
All right, you have a good night.
You too. Mm-hmm. And let's go. The area code is 561.
Ronbo.
Yes. Wait a minute. I recognize who that child. Who is this? That's Ice.
Hi.
Hey, Nina.
Yes, Nina. Adelina.
Yeah. Hey, Ice. We haven't talked to you in a minute. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. We doing good, man. Just listening to your show, man. I've been out of circulation for a bit.
You've been getting busy,
but I've been keeping up with what's going on.
With the company, because I know in your line of work, you may be dragged off for the 24-hour days without resting. So is everything all right?
Exactly. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted now, man. How you been, man?
Doing great. I can't wait. Season's getting ready to start. It's always an exciting time. Actually, when the season starts is when the depression starts coming on by week 10. I'm thinking, oh, man, the season's going to be over soon. I love this time of year.
Ask you something, man. You ain't put Trey Lance up yet or what, man? What's going on, man?
You know what? There's a fun going on being collected now for me to replace. But listen, here's the thing, guys. I ain't putting up any more current players. I want to put Jerry Rice up next to Joe. Or Frank Gore,
I'll go for that.
or Willis, anybody, that's already played and quit. That way I know I ain't got to take it down no more. I'm through buying jerseys too, unless it's a legend. Go out here and pay $150 for a jersey, got to wear it 3 weeks. I said, come on, man.
You ain't lying, man.
Stop trading people, man. God.
Man, all the trades, everybody jumping ship, man. You can't buy a new jersey these days here. It ain't worth nothing.
I'm surprised these companies aren't worried about that. If you buy a jersey and the player is gone within a year, you can come back and we'll make some. We won't give you a new jersey, but we'll change the stitching or something.
That's
God,
something. Hey, so what we talking about today, bro?
yeah, we talking about Deebo getting run around looking like he's, because Deebo has been wearing his heart on his sleeve the whole time. So they got the video up from his trainer, right? Trainer said, "Yeah, we're out here working hard. Deebo, he about to get paid. He about to get paid." And Deebo's in the background, looking all excited. I said, "Wait a minute, Deebo has not looked like that since after Valentine's Day. What's going on with him? Must be true." So I said, "Man, since his baby was born." So I said, maybe it's true.
Man. You know what's crazy, bro? I knew he wasn't going to go nowhere, man. He didn't have no intention of leaving. He was blowing smoke the whole time.
And the 49ers weren't going to let him leave even if he wanted to. He owes the 49ers another year on his contract.
Yeah, it's funny. They played hardball. He played hardball. And Lynch ain't crazy. He let Deebo go, man. There'll be a firing squad for his ass.
Oh,
and then then what John Lynch is going to want for him, nobody's going to want to give. So stop playing around. He's going to pay him, and it's just going to happen. It just had to take some time. That's all it did.
Ice, next year, this same time, somebody, and what we got to tell each other right now, here it is in July. Remember this. Next year, whether it be Nick or whoever else, don't start. We don't need to get involved. You know what? The 49ers do this to everybody every year. It's nothing new.
But you know what's crazy? They're going to pay Bosa, too. Bosa's not nowhere. I'm not worried about it. He's not going nowhere. I'm going to tell you something, man. I am so at peace. I'm not worried about a thing. All the pieces is there. I'm not worried about the O-line because we got the best blocking tight end in the game, the best blocking fullback in the game. So that right there is going to help the offense. Don't worry about that. All right? The offensive line is going to do what they do. As long as you got the best people.
Let me I just want to add to that. Man. I want to add to that before we move to the next point. Because Break just called in and says, you know what? These guys are working against the toughest defensive rush, and there's no let-up. First string, second string in the league. You think they're not going to be ready? Ice. Yeah. I just realized, I don't know how I didn't think of that. Every day they have to face demons. So when they play a game, they're probably going to feel good. Oh, God, finally we get a break. I got to go get Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead. I got these fools coming around the other side. I don't even know. Oh, man.
You know why? Check this out, dog. You know why all the media, all the analysts is talking about the 49ers the way they do. All the other teams are like that. They don't want to play this team because they're so physical, smack you in the mouth. We held teams to 15 points a game after 8 games, and we're deeper now than we was before. Our strengths got stronger.
Yep.
Our offensive line is fine. Our defense is so stacked and deep, it's insane. Man, listen.
We got DBs now.
I'm going to tell you right now, man. Yes. I'm going to make a prediction. They're going to get mad at me. And they say he's talking crazy. Marketing pro, whoever, forget about it. I told my man Money Mike. Niner Mike's my boy. I hope he listening. Niner Mike, shout out to you. Listen.
Hey, Mike.
Forget about it, man. Don't you know? I guarantee you, man, Trey Lance is going to win his first 6 games. He's going to go 6-0.
Listen, I need more than that.
The first 6.
If he wins 6, I want him to win 8 or 9. Let's not stop at 6.
He's going to win 6 straight games. 6 straight games. The 7th game we might lose.
No, how come? Wait, who's on the schedule on Game 7?
I forgot. I think it's Seattle, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, hell no. Listen, if he wins 5 and loses 6 one and beats 7, that's what I'll be. Ice, the thing with Seattle has to stop. It has to stop this year. Ice, no. Don't even think that way. Brian and I are already worried about that team because
I'm not really worried, but Seattle is just a demon for us, man. We got to exercise that. We do. We really, truly do. It's just sometimes, what's crazy? When you got that, they've been competitive with each other for over 10 years, bro, for longer than that.
I know.
So, it is what it is. You just every team in every division got that one team. That's just it is what it is.
Rams, don't say nothing because you got that one team, and you know which one it is too. Go ahead, Ice.
They know it's us.
Damn right.
That's what I'm saying. So
running around here like they own the place. Gotta be kidding.
And thing is, at the end of the day, I'm forgetting about last year. I'm looking at the roster we had last year, and I'm looking at the roster we have now. This is what I need you to do, bro, before you do your next show. Look at the roster you had last year, then look at the roster you have now. And you know the difference between the rosters you see, and you're going to see this is what you're going to see. The 2018 Chiefs that played the Super Bowl. That roster, and look at that. Then look at the Chiefs roster, then look at our roster now. That's what I'm going to tell you. All your Niner fans, look at those two rosters. You're going to see identical. You're going to see identical. Identical. That's what I'm telling you, man.
I think, and you got one of the Chiefs. You got one of the Chiefs wearing our uniform now too. So no argument here. I think we got a better defensive front than the Chiefs at that time. So
yeah, but the offense is almost the same, bro. Think about it, man. Look at our roster from last year, and then look at our roster now. You're going to see so many pieces going and so many added new pieces. Just look at the roster and do your X's and O's.
All they got to do is do like the told out there, and they'll be fine. Good to hear from you, fam. We're out of time. It's late. I'm going to tell you what. Go ahead, get some rest. And I'm looking forward to getting back in here. I'll be back Friday.
I'll see you on Friday, brother.
Looking forward.
Shout out to the Niner gang, man. We going to be good, man. Trey Lance for life, man. Deebo for life. Forget about it. All right,
nice. Night, Leela.
Night.
Ronbo Sports. Bye.
Bye. And I see Tone over here says, I don't know why when the front office tells us something, we just don't believe them. I can't wait for the season. I can smell the grass. And we're about to have a monster year. Deebo about to get that bag. And Tone, here's the thing. Because the front office has not said anything yet. But Deebo has not been amused by anything coming out of the front office, and all of a sudden he looks amused. So maybe that news is coming from the front office. I'm not sure, but it looks good. Yo, Ellis. Yeah. Ellis. What's up? Ellis, we're in here talking about the Deebo party taking place in that locker room. Could be indicative of good things ahead, and we can finally start, because everybody's got in the back of mind, man, they go pay Deebo today or what, man, because I don't see Deebo back in social media saying things, none of his people, and all of a sudden we get this. Okay, good. Let this drama end. So, is it real?
Yeah, man. I think he's a little premature excitement.
Mm-hmm. Somebody had to tell him that. Listen, Ellis, for him to be that excited, give me an estimation of how much you think that bag is going to be. I said, give us an estimation, because I've been forgetting to ask people about that. Because to make a man smile like Deebo was smiling with his trainer, those digits must be, that bag may require a larger size than medium. What do you think?
I mean, if they're in contract negotiations with him and Nick, chances are they're gonna try to pay both these boys what they can, because the ticket price is gonna go up real high. Negotiations will be a lot more difficult if they wait any longer.
And revenue for next year is going to get huge, so they can go ahead and start thinking about that now. Those contracts don't need to kick in until next year anyway.
Right. Which is why I was saying if they delay it, it's just going to make their ticket price go up higher.
But get it done now. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So they need to do it now, and that's what I think they're going to do. I think they're just waiting to, move on from Jimmy and be able to, because they need that money. They need that money. I mean,
Well,
shit.
Jimmy
We don't get
hasn't been paid
the luxury
anything, though,
of
Ellis.
cheating the system like everybody else.
Yeah,
Huh?
Jimmy hasn't been paid anything.
But if he's on the books, we'll have to pay him. Is what I'm saying. So
well, yeah, but that
if he's
doesn't
on a
come
damn
until
team, he has to get paid.
yeah, of course, in September. It's July, so that's what I'm saying. The contracts.
September is around the corner. We're at damn
2
near
months.
the end of July, though.
But the point is, you can deal with Deebo and Nick. You don't need to think about Jimmy. Whatever you're going to do with Jimmy can wait. And you can say, Jimmy, we ain't got no money in September, whatever you want to do. But right now, it's all about Jimmy. I mean, Deebo, Parag, maybe Nick. I'm not sure what they're going to do with Nick. I mean, I don't know if they're going to do it at the same time because there's no word. But then again, the 49ers never say anything about them anyway. So we'll see.
And his $17 million is not going to be what until the end of the coming season.
$17
picked
million.
up his fifth round, his fifth year option. Yeah,
With Nick
Bosa.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, he's
Nick
only
Bosa
going into
set
year
to
4.
make 17.
Yeah.
So then he's. I mean, if Nick is willing to play what he's supposed to be getting this year, and then let them still have that 5th-year option and pay him that $17 million, and then start his contract, he's a hell of a guy.
But Ellis, I got to tell you though, if you were Nick, would you want to sign right now? If I'm Nick, I actually don't want to sign right now because if I sign now, I'm going to get below premium what I could get next year. People need it. People forgot about that.
He wants to match the bet. He wants to match the check his brother got if he can.
If
not,
so
get
if
more.
he gets paid now, he gets substantially less than he would next year. I'm betting Nick's not. That's why you don't hear a word from Nick. Nick's not no hurry to get paid. Nick says I'm gonna get paid no matter what. So it behoove me to wait a minute.
Yeah, it would be, it would be good.
49ers going to try to sign him though. You're right.
Yeah, because if they can get it out the way now, why not?
Of course.
If they're able to give him that damn near that $30 million or give him that $30+ million, and they can get it out the way ahead of time, so be it. Because it's going to be a lot more money. It's going to be a lot more flow coming in. So, if he's got those guys out of the way, then that's good. And then I feel like we're going to move away from, some of the bigger contracts we got. I'm not, George. He might only have. George isn't going to play. I think George Kittle might play like 5 more seasons max.
At most, his body won't be able to last.
So that's what I'm saying. He might only be with us for another 2 seasons max, and so that money will come off the books, eventually, and they'll be able to, have some extra money between him and then, as long as Eric Armstead, I think, can sustain and continue to, ascend in what he's been doing, at least from the last season or 2, he can. He'll be able to stick around, and I think he'd be willing to negotiate a fair, ticket price if we end up keeping him around. You know what I mean? But
it depends on production, of course.
Some of these other guys.
Yeah, he can't have a great year and take anything less than what he's worth. But yeah, you're right. And we're going to have those guys. Those guys like Aziz against Dre this year. The word is that both of them aren't going to be here next year, but one of them is, right? So that's the way the 49ers manage that. Whoever beats out who.
May the healthiest man win.
And then there's that.
But that's what's going to come down to. Who's going to play the most games out of this season without getting hurt and injured?
Because they
Dre better figure out whatever. Yeah, they're damn good. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. And Dre's actually faster. Dre's actually faster. I think they hit about the same. They're just a little bit different style in hitting. But Dre's got that groin issue, and he's got to figure that out.
It's a long time to get that to heal up.
Yeah. So hopefully he's good because we can't be having that groin issue and trying to keep him around. I mean, look at Julio.
Oh man. And how about Hurst?
Julio, he was there
with his calf.
Oh, Maurice Hurst. What's going on with him?
I don't know. That calf, how does a calf injury last for 17 weeks? We'll see.
It might have been something else. He might have been pulling a Richard Sherman.
No, Sherman trying to preserve himself because he wanted to play next year after.
No, nigga, that's your Achilles again. No, that's your Achilles again. Quit lying. Stop lying to the people, my brother.
and then he goes to Tampa Bay, plays 15 minutes, and has to sit down the rest of the year. God.
Right.
So
we can't have that, man.
I
think that's why we got so much depth. So that's going to be good for us. We still got a lot of depth, you know what I mean, at that position and on the line, period. And I think that's why we went so heavy, you know, why we're so heavy at that, you know, just on the defensive line. Because we're going to need guys to be flexible and rotate. You know, we're going to need guys to come fill in, even if it isn't their, you know, their marquee position, what they're used to. You know, we need guys to be really flexible on the D-line, and I think we got that. I think we got a lot of guys that can do more than just
healthiest,
one, you know,
healthiest room in the lineup. Yep. I mean, it just got, from top to bottom, just got studs. Every last guy that comes in can hurt you. Rams hurt especially you. Boy, they don't know. The LSA just don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Top 5. I mean, come on, man. They beat us by 3 points, and they had to cheat us in order to actually win. I just don't see why they're so confident.
You know
what I mean? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I just
by the skin of your teeth, with the you know, it depends.
But think about it, Ellis. You've been trying to get this thorn out your side for you. I hate to use it for an example, but it's like us beating the Hawks. If we steamroll the Hawks twice this year, and everybody's going, "Oh yeah, well you guys had to wait till the team got diluted and watered down to nearly nothing before you could beat them." I don't care, Ellis. I don't care. It's like. Ice just said, there's something going on between us and that organization. I just want it to stop. Oh.
Yeah, well, in 1 out of 6, you know what I mean? There's not much promise there. So, you know, they're going to talk shit because, you know, they got 1 win out of 6. I mean, nobody, it was the game, but, I mean, you guys had to cheat. Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like, you know, so they have to do that. They have to, because we've been skunking them so badly. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all go up and be up on all these other teams. And then, you know, when daddy's home, you know,
get an ass.
Y'all start turning into pin cushions. Yeah, all that.
Ellis, we got to go. I tell you what, I'll be back Friday. And unfortunately, the Rams will probably still be a part of the conversation. We got to find a way, like you tried to do a little while ago, ignore those people. But as long as they got ready to go saying outrageous things that draw your attention, he actually challenges your imagination. Jesus. I've never heard anybody say things so stupid. Anyway, Friday.
Well, you know that IQ, man. When that IQ is, you know, below sea level, you know, you can't help it. Stupid is or stupid does, sir. Anyway, shout out to the faithful, man.
Thanks,
you know.
Shout out to the squad.
Platform, family. You hit the like and subscribe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Peace and love. And to the next episode.
Looking forward to it. Night, Ellis.
Yes, sir.
You can't have a show without Ellis, man. You know. No, everything's all right. Stars all aligned. And Daniel Serrano, mi amigo, ¿qué pasa? Says Deebo, 4 years, 100 mil, 72 million guaranteed. Daniel, I like that deal. Deebo should like that deal. That's a lot of guaranteed. And, you know, the 49ers, they want long-term. Deebo was talking about, you know, I want to get out of here in 2 years because, you know, I still want to be able to get a second payday somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'll pay you off for 2 years, and then I'm going to move on and get another big payday. And the 49ers said, no, wait a minute, Deebo. That's not what we were thinking, okay? But what do you want to do? What if we guarantee you $72 million? That's going to be better. Daniel, you're right on the right page. Hey, Eric.
Hey, Ronbo, can you come back to me real quick?
We can do that. All right. Howard. My dog. Howard, you know, you're doing the Deebo right now. You know what I'm saying? Deebo, man. Deebo's looking like he's like that long face he's been wearing for months. Lips all stuck out all the time. His brother on social media. You know what I really do like, Howard, though? I think he made his brother stop. And you don't see his brother saying things on social media anymore. He probably calls and say, hey, yo, little bro, what up? Man, you ain't helping me none, man. Keep my name out your mouth. You know, when you got to talk to your brother that way, you know the thing is getting out of control because, you know, that was reflecting bad on Deebo. And everything got quiet suddenly. And all of a sudden we're hearing, 49ers about to reach an agreement with Deebo. So I guess, Howard, don't rush them, and they'll do the right thing.
I agree.
Listen. Yeah. So,
I agree. Go at your pace. Like I said before, man, like, this is a marathon, man. It's not a sprint. You can't just do everything all at once just because somebody says, oh, I want to get traded and get paid. Woo, woo, woo. All this and the third. It's everything is all about chess, man. You know what I'm
Who's
saying?
going to make the next move? Yes.
All the fans is just, oh my God, you don't want to pay him so much money. You don't want to overpay him. It's like, guys,
we should stop doing that.
It's not our money.
Yes.
It's not our money. Who cares how much money you get?
Let him alone. Even if you don't appreciate the noise, don't get mad at him and start saying things you'll be sorry for. Like, we don't need Deebo. And my dude immediately, we can replace him. No. Howard, how many more Deebos have you seen in the NFL?
Absolutely none.
See? No. He's got to sign. And 49ers know it. They were never even entertaining the thought of trading him. Remember the Jets call? We'll give you blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Who is this? It's me, Robert Saleh. Robert, you know better than that. Hang up the phone. I
don't even think Robert Saleh was even on the phone, but
you know if anybody recommended Deebo, it was Robert Saleh. Yeah. Robert Saleh's got another one of our guys over there. Who did he pick up? Did they pick up
offensive? You got Tomlinson.
Yeah, Lincoln went over there.
Lincoln went over there, and I don't remember who else went.
I think Ronnie Blair is. Huh?
I think Arden Key. Is it Arden Key over there or no? No,
Key's a hoe. Wherever the money is, he went to Jacksonville. How the hell you want to play in Jacksonville? Oh, God! What? I don't know if the 49ers didn't offer him anything. I guess I don't know.
Maybe he was asking for too much. Who knows?
He was. So, but you don't even want to try to bargain or try to deal or see how close you can get to that number. San Francisco's a much better place to play than in Jacksonville. You can live off endorsements and everything else. Arden Key was a good football player last year, wasn't he? Don't you think so?
Yeah, he was good, but he's replaceable.
He is. He actually is. I think we got some good guys.
He ain't Bosa.
You can't replace Bosa.
He ain't Bosa.
No.
He is not Bosa. He ain't even Eric Armstead.
I was getting ready to say, he's not Armstead either. In fact, I want to see this student Manahu, after he learns the program, I want to see how good he can actually be.
Manahu?
I know, right? That name. That's a good name to put it. And as soon as he tackles somebody, takes him down the dirt, you know my name? Manahu?
Manahu?
Yeah, you got it. Let me help you out. I'm going to be back in a minute. You know that. Football players talk a lot of trash.
Yeah.
Even if they think baseball players talk a lot of trash, football players talk way more.
Exactly. Yep, you do.
Because could you see Richard Sherman? And can you imagine being on the field with Richard Sherman? I'm going to be a wide receiver. And I got to listen to Sherman. And all he's doing. Or Deion Sanders. Jerry West, because you remember some of the film, Jerry West used to be looking to his left in the sky or to his right. You see Sanders' mouth just working. Jerry wouldn't pay him no attention. That's what you got to do. It's funny.
You got to block the noise. You got to block the noise. It's like you can't be just disturbed by it. You just got to block it out.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you got to do, you know what I mean? And then that's it.
At the end of the game?
I'm sorry, a lot of us get distracted. You get distracted
easily. Yep. and at the end of the game, what was you saying back in the second quarter? Take your ass home. And did your mama know you came here? Don't you come back up in here without getting permission? I could mess with you. Yeah. Get up out the street. Because, this year's going to be interesting for the 49ers. We got some polished. These guys been around for a while. I think we're going to be fine. I just hope that the injuries can slow down this year. So
Yeah, indeed. All this that we got, I'm in a good place. I'm not worried about anything. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of fans are just like, oh my God, I don't know about this year. Is it gonna be good or is it gonna be bad? It's like
we're so used to it.
Too much. It's too much like negativity. It's like, bro, give these guys a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like when Harbaugh came in, did y'all think we was gonna go 13-3 that year?
No.
Judging off of 6-10 beforehand, hell no. I didn't think we was gonna go 13-3.
No, because we were so used to of getting our ass handed to us, and that's why we need to learn to wait before we pass judgment. Is the thing. So
Yeah, we were so numb to it.
Dark days.
We did not expect that to happen.
Not that well. We had a good team. We knew that. But those dark days, they take up 2 or 3 years, and your mind starts to waver a little bit. You start to think like a ram, whether that we have no chance. I mean, you know how you can. The Rams may not be good for anything, but you can at least use them for a bad example. Rams.
Oh my God.
Howard, man, we got to roll. I guess it's getting pretty late here. I can talk football all night, though. But listen to me. Friday, you got time? Get on back in here. Let's do this.
All right, man. No problem, man.
All right, Howard. Have a great night, fam. Here's my dog. Howard. Is that Howard? And Daniel also says, thanks for the contribution, fam. Bosa 5 years. $165 million. We're going to guarantee him $125 million. As his mama calls, says, you did good, Nikki. See, I'm not going to call you a smaller bear anymore. I'm going to call you the richer bear.
He's like, thanks, Mom. Thank you.
Hey, Eric, come on in.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
I was sitting here looking at maybe good times ahead for Deebo. And I'm happy for him, I mean, Eric, and I think we had this discussion several times too. People got mad at Deebo for asking for his money and calling him replaceable. And if he doesn't want to be here, he can leave and all that stuff. And, I was never on that train. And I was always worried people don't realize this is a good football player. They don't grow on trees. How many Deebos are in the NFL? And we should all ask ourselves that. And Eric, it looks like it may be, and now I'm just asking people, if it is, how much money is Deebo getting? And why is he smiling and looking all excited as his trainer's taking that picture, posting it up on IG?
Well, I'm assuming that John probably called him and had some good news that they were close to maybe what he really wanted.
But don't tell anybody.
Super excited. Yeah, obviously. I'm assuming he's going to get around 26 million to 27. I think that's where the spot is right there. And if the Niners do this and they get this done, it's perfect. It's another weapon for Trey Lance. Obviously, when you have a first-year starter, you want to give him as many weapons as possible. If we would have lost Deebo, that would have been a really big hit to our locker room and to Lance's weapons. And, a first-year starter is typically going to need everything to take advantage of the success he might have. You want to maximize the amount of potential success he could have, and having Deebo on the field is going to do that. If he wasn't, I don't think he would have a lot of success without Deebo. Obviously, there is Ayuk, but Ayuk,
different kind of receiver.
You have to have that football player,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are expecting perfection from Lance, and I'm not expecting that. When you draft a rookie quarterback, you need to expect struggles. If you wanted perfection day one, you should have traded for Aaron Rodgers. That's what you should have done with those 3 first-round picks. You should have traded for Matthew Stafford and Sean Watson. You should not expect perfection from a rookie quarterback day one. If you wanted anything close to perfection, I think you should have just drafted Mac Jones because he was a scheme fit and the Kyle Shanahan quarterback. Obviously, I don't like Mac Jones. I did not like Mac Jones, but he was the closest thing to a Kyle Shanahan quarterback.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was the perfect quarterback for Kyle and what he's done all these years. But obviously, I think that Kyle knows the league is changing. You need to be good in the pocket and outside the pocket. You need to maximize the amount of potential you have on a field. I think Kyle's the type of coach that he wants to take advantage of the entire field and any options he has. That's why he uses motion so much, because he takes advantage of the defense being so confused. That's why I think, Ronbo, that play action is also going to increase in this offense, because Trey Lance is mobile. That play action, I think, is going to be right up there with the motion. I think you'll see play action almost every play along with motions. I think that just makes too much sense. Kyle Shanahan is that type of coach. He wants to take advantage of all areas of the field. Any advantage you can have over a defense where there's confusion, having them going in the wrong spots, having a mismatch with Deebo on a smaller corner or a corner that just simply can't guard him. Any type of thing that Kyle Shanahan is able to get with Lance, he's going to use. And Deebo being on that field to take advantage of that is going to be really, really good. I think for me, Ronbo, again, all I want to see from Lance is improvement game in and game out. You don't have to go out there and be Mahomes. If you're saying he's going to be Mahomes or Josh Allen day one, you're putting unnecessary pressure on him. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Me, I just want him to have a good first year, show why the Niners drafted you, show that you could improve year in and year out. And that's basically it, Ronbo. I think Lance is going to have a really good season. I'm expecting Ronbo around 10 wins, 10, 9, maybe 11 wins if you really want to max it out.
And the first 6 games, 6 in a row, start off at 6-0. It's like, you don't really kill me, because when I called in a little while ago, he's going to win the first 6 games, he may lose a 7th. I said, who are we playing the 7th game? I think it's the Hawks. Oh, no. Eric, there's one thing I can't accept this year. I can accept him even struggling, but I will not accept losing to the Hawks this year. They're a shadow of what they once were, and if we can still find a way to lose to the Hawks, I am going to lose my mind. I really am. They have no business beating us, Eric, under any circumstances. They don't have a defense that's worth a damn. Not right now. They got a couple of new kids that I understand are good. Their offense, that quarterback situation, Geno Smith versus Drew Lock, and I just don't see. They're just not coming together they're building a team from scratch, and they're going to beat us. Why? No, I can't accept that.
Yeah, no, they are rebuilding. I do expect to beat them. It is kind of weird. Weird shit does happen when we do play them. I don't know, the refs, injuries, flags, weird shit happens. I mean, special teams, I believe, was one of the reasons we lost last time.
Yep. A play that came out of nowhere. Got the special teams coach fired.
Play Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we got the Seahawks special teams coach on our side.
But no, I believe week 7 we played it. I believe we just played the Chiefs, and she said win 6 games in a row. But we do play the Rams and Broncos. We do play Russell Wilson. We all know what the hell he does.
All within the first 6 weeks.
We do play the Rams. Yeah, we played them. I believe we played them week 3 and 4. We played Seattle week 2, and then Bears week 1. Then we played Broncos and Rams. And then after that, I believe it's Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken. It might be the Panthers and Falcons.
Yeah, there's no weak spots in this schedule, and if anybody thinks that the Falcons and the Panthers are going to be a cakewalk, that's not going to be a cakewalk. None of these teams look like they're predicted to look anyway. Even the ones that we're over predicting are probably not going to look as good as they do. But as far as a poor team that looks poor right now from what we know last year, don't depend on that. Don't do it.
Yeah. Honestly, Rumble, I believe this is the hardest schedule that the Niners have had since the Kyle Shanahan era started. I think it is the hardest. They have like I said a couple weeks ago, they have a 7-game stretch of 7 playoff teams, potential playoff teams, and I believe 4 Super Bowl contenders. Mm-hmm. That is probably the hardest gauntlet, I think. If it does turn out that way, and all those teams do look like really good teams, I think that's the hardest gauntlet of a team has ever had to face in history, I believe. Because I believe it was when the Niners played in 2019. And
that was rough.
What it is supposed to look like. Yeah. If it's what it's supposed to look like this year, it could be the hardest of all time. And again, Trey Lance is going to have all his weapons available. That means I've said it a couple times. Prime Kittle's going to have to show up. Brian Deebo's going to have to show up.
Kills us to stay on the
talent,
field.
You know, he's got the talent. Yeah, he does. You know, he has the talent. Like I said, everything is in place. Kyle's just got to make sure these guys are not getting hurt. I would personally say lessen the practices. Do not run them so hard or anything like that. Obviously, this is a physical football team, so you do need to push them a little bit harder. I think that's why you do see so many injuries, because they are so physical. Unlike the Rams, who are basically one of the teams that never get hurt because they're full of a bunch of sissies, other than Aaron Donald.
Wait, because we got to go. I just want to repeat what you said about the Rams before you go.
They're sissies. And everyone on the Rams is a sissy, besides Aaron Donald.
Eric.
And that means you too, Jalen Ramsey. People dropped you.
Especially him.
I found that so funny.
Got thrown to the dirt by his face. I loved it.
And he got up acting like he did something. And that was I hate when football players do that.
That's Jalen. Jalen blames people for anything that goes wrong. I'm Jalen Ramsey. You know, there's no way it could have been my fault. Where's my safety? Go, come here. Let me slap you. Jalen. What the? Oh, Eric.
And I like how the Deebo walked away. That was so funny.
I know. Eric, let me see you Friday, okay?
All right, Ronbo. I'll catch you later.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
See ya.
Yes. Clarence Molina. See, my comment in the chat wouldn't let give you more. Clarence, I haven't seen your comment in the chat. Wouldn't let give you more. Maybe production will find that. Clarence, thanks for that contribution, though. Let me go. Hey, it's the only Cowboys fan that you can actually like. It's Austin.
What's happening, Ronbo?
Austin, we're sitting here celebrating that one of our better players. It looks as if he's going to be a happy man soon, in Deebo Samuel. And, you know, as a football fan, there's not a lot of moments where you can really feel relaxed and good about things, right? Because starting next week, Austin, and you know as well as I do, since your team also shares the same amount of a legacy as ours does, unlike the Rams, who have actually no business being in this conversation, you know how the pressure is on every year from other fan bases that you got to win games. If you don't, then here they come. So, you know, with Deebo signing, we're pretty happy about that. Yeah, have you guys got anybody not signing this year, though, Austin? I just realized that you need to sign. Because I know you lost your, what's that edge rusher you had? That you had him signed, and then he went over to another team?
Randy Gregory.
Allison hated to laugh, but, you know, I saw Greg was all secured. Big celebrations going up on social media. The next day, Randy, what team did he go to?
Broncos. He swerved us.
You know, really, I'm laughing, but now I got to deal with him with my team when we get ready to play the Broncos. Randy Gregory's a good football player when he stops smoking dope.
Well, the reason why he went out of his contract is because Jerry Jones put in that contract. If he started doing what he was doing, smoking the dope and doing what he was doing, he was going to be sent to rehab. And he didn't want that.
I guess not.
He told Jerry Jones, "How dare you insult me? I thought I'd proven myself to you that I've cleaned up." And Jerry Jones is like, "No, we don't do that."
Yeah. I'm going to put it in writing, you know. But, you know, Austin, I got a feeling that he was over Jerry's house a few times blazing up. You know, a lot of times, you know, you wonder when you look at ethical behavior as to between the owners. And Austin, tell me, how do you feel about Jerry Jones as an owner, as a person? Do you appreciate him? I mean, is he a guy that you actually trust?
I mean, Jerry Jones, to me, being a Cowboys fan as long as I have, he's a guy that will do anything it takes to get another Super Bowl.
That's
or
true.
To get one.
He tries. That's true.
I mean, look, speaking of...
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, look at what we paid Amari Cooper, and now he's in Cleveland.
I was shocked at that. And look what you did to him last year. Amari, Dak forgot about him. CeeDee Lamb was his guy most of the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, because with Jerry, though, I keep wondering, don't you wish you had a GM? Does Jerry, his GMing, are you satisfied with that? I mean, I must admit you assemble a pretty good group of guys. I mean, but would a GM work that better, or is Jerry the guy?
I think a GM makes everything go around, so to speak. I mean, because Jerry sometimes doesn't always think as logical as he should.
Jerry has a son, doesn't he? Well, go ahead, make that point.
I was just gonna say that, like Jerry has had some great signings in the past, but he's also made not so great moves that maybe he shouldn't have.
For instance,
like let Emmitt Smith go. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there.
How about Jimmy Johnson? That was an ego crash, I think.
I just don't know sometimes.
You as an owner, you need to be able to step back. I must give the Rams owner credit. You rarely hear about the Rams owner involved in anything unless the Rams do something really outrageous. If I'm a GM and I go to him and I say, listen, we have come up with a way that we believe would be successful in manipulating this roster to keep a Super Bowl contender on the table each and every year. And the owner probably says, well, it's your job to keep and, go ahead and exercise whatever ideas you have, and we'll make a judgment after that. That's the kind of owner that, you're probably going to, now the guys, I've got trust that I can do what I want to do, and if it works, because I'm not going to experiment with certain owners. There's certain guys out there you don't even mess with. If Jerry Jones had a GM, and I feel sorry for Mike McCarthy to some degree, but Mike McCarthy's not that good of a manager. But Mike McCarthy's got to be scared to death to make a mistake.
Yeah, but Ronbo, I called in because we're on the topic of Deebo. I wanted your perspective as a full. Since the topic is Deebo Samuel, I had a question for you regarding that.
Yeah.
How much would you pay him as a 49ers fan? Is he a top 5 wide receiver in regards to money?
For my team, yes, he is. He's a top 3 at minimum. And you know why I say that? Because Deebo and this offense fit like a glove. You're not going to find many players that execute this offense as well as Deebo Samuel. And that's why I said, you know what? Don't play with this, Niners. Don't. You really do need him. Deebo works. I don't even know how he'd look in another offense, but I know one thing: this offense was tailor-made for Deebo Samuel. So he's got to stay, and I don't care what they pay him as long as you got to pay him. Somebody did make one offer here that looks good. 4 years, $100 million, and $72 million guaranteed. Hell, I guarantee him 80. I think somebody else already got at least that much. Yeah, I say, Deebo, listen, you're set for life. I'm going to give you an $80 million guarantee no matter what happens. And you and I both know you have problems with injuries. I don't care. As long as I got you out there and I got possibly any possible chance of you being out there for the next 4 years and playing the majority of the games, I know we're going to win things. Be the bottom line.
Now, Ronbo, do you think he'll ask for a max contract and a player option if he does agree to it, or no?
Hard to say. His agent's going to advise him. I'm sure his mom is going to get involved. You know how everybody has an opinion about it, and at the end of the day, he's going to make a decision, him and the agent, and then they're going to go with that. I could see that possibly being the case, though. Austin, you know what? This is too much fun. I should have gave you more time with Deebo. Yeah, real quick, go make that last statement because I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Ronbo, if y'all do pay him the max, I think it will be a well-invested max contract you put into him. Yeah. That was my statement. I appreciate your time.
I agree with that. Anytime, Austin. Good luck with coming up next week. I appreciate your time.
And go Cowboys.
Yeah. You love him. Awesome.
Good night, Ronbo. Bless you.
Thanks. You have a good night. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, Bethel, as you know, we're talking about Deebo. Deebo's running around looking all excited, so there's good reason to believe that it seems the 49ers must have said something nice to him, because there's no way they let him get all that high just to bring him back down again, right? So, and the question tonight is, has the drama probably come to an end? And Bethel, by the way, and since the question is out there now, because Daniel Serrano says that 4 years, I like Daniel's offer, $100 million. And that gives him 25, but $72 million guarantee. Who cares about the annual salary, right? So what do you think?
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I don't know. They're making jokes that John Lynch was probably making some calls, because of the rating of the Madden, and he's not top 10 football player and all that. And that, goes good for a contract, and says, hey, you're not worth a lot of money, compared to the league. So, your range is around this price, so.
Hey, okay, Bethel, in that case, did you agree with Madden? Deebo's not even on there. I'm looking at Amari Cooper on there, and that's the first guy I went after, and I posted up on that one. I said, guys, Amari Cooper didn't look like anybody special last year. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, he should have been higher, and what he did and everything, and and plus, I called in on Sunday, but I kind of called in kind of late. It was, you shut everything down, but one thing, and one thing I want to say on that is that preseason, we're gonna play against Green Bay and Kirk Cousins, and sometimes, when, you do joint practices with them, they might give little tips and stuff like that. So Trey might learn some stuff from Aaron Rodgers, you never know.
Could be.
And, get some good tips on there. So,
because Aaron doesn't want to give Jordan Love any tips, so he might as well give Trey some.
Yes, and then plus, wherever they give Deebo, that's fine. And plus, if they do a contract with Nick Bosa, that'll be smart, because
if they could,
you don't have to pay him for his 5th-year contract. You're going to pay him 17, and then the next year, you'll pay him, if he's around 30, or, if he's around 30, then, he'll get his money. And you'll have them for, it depends on, what kind of big contract you're going to give them. So, you have.
And that's why I think Nick's not interested in signing a contract this year. I'll bet he's not. I mean,
he's probably not, but.
If you're Nick Bosa, why would I sign a contract this year? I'm going to get paid a lot less this year than I would if I waited until next year, because that's the way it goes. You got to bet on yourself, though.
But
if you get hurt next year,
it depends on, so it depends on him and his agent on how they want to do stuff, and if they give him a good contract deal, then it benefits the Niners to give him a good contract.
Oh, huge! And pay him now instead of later, and pay him less. But you know what? He can still play next year,
later,
though. No matter what.
But the thing is that later, if you put some accolades into it, say he gets a Pro Bowl, say he gets the second record, or he gets whatever, then you're gonna have to really pay him more money.
Yep.
And
he knows it,
want
Bethel.
that.
He knows it.
Yeah,
That's
he knows
why,
it.
Yeah.
So and another fun thing. This is for Rudy and them, for the Rams fans. I end up finding out some funny things.
Oh, please share.
I end up finding out that there's some Raider fans in LA that got some phone calls and got some letters if they wanted to go to the parade, that they'll give them free Rams jersey, and they'll give them some money to go to the parade. So they could be more Rams fans there. I really?
Believe it.
You had to pay Raider fans to go to the parade? I'm like, I couldn't believe when I heard that. And this was coming from a Raiders fan. This was coming from a Raiders fan that said that.
I do really enjoy
I thought that was funny when I heard that.
The Rams have to manufacture support. Kelly Yamaguchi, we haven't seen Kelly in a while. Actually, I saw you the other day, Kelly, is working the Rams. I love it, The Rams are just meat. They put themselves out there. They don't understand they're an embarrassment. You can't start talking after winning a championship finally. You got one in St. Louis. You got one in L.A., and now you're the shiznit. No, Rams, that's not the way it works. Shut up.
No.
and what Bethel's talking about, it's probably just scratching the surface of how that promotion you had at the end of that game even went. We already know about the monumental, large discrepancy between the fans, or Rams fans versus 49er fans, when you got Stafford's wife publicly pleading with people to please don't sell your tickets to 49er fans. That's how bad it got. So you need to know.
Yeah, and
what?
Yeah, and then it got so bad that the Rams sidelined home games that they had to sell the tickets more expensive than the Niners side.
Right.
The Niners were cheaper.
We had to get. No, I thought there was legislation because they were trying to overprice the tickets to the 49er fans, and they wouldn't allow people. They'd sign you according to your mailing address or your IP, because if you're talking to them or trying to buy tickets online from the Bay Area, we're sold out. Yeah, and they fixed that. I found out a little later on. I love it.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of funny to find out that a Raider fan gotta if they want some money, and a free jersey, free Rams jersey to go to the parade, that they'll do that.
Bethel, you know how many excess or surplus jerseys? They probably made a lot of jerseys when the Rams made their way through week 12 or 13. We better start making more jerseys. We're going to have a lot of sales. And then, of course, that didn't happen, right? Because in week 17, the 49ers came in there and beat them and made them look silly. So, the Rams are still trying to, their PR organization must be working 24 hours a day trying to get that Rams love built up.
Yeah.
Go Rams. Oh, God.
Yes,
Beth, we're going to run out of time. Anything you want to, real quick, you want to say?
Oh, it's just, I don't think Jimmy's going to be here, because if Jimmy was going to stay here, Kyle would have gave him a playbook, would have gave him, here, study the playbook. He probably haven't done any of that. He probably maybe has a couple plays for the preseason, or, just so he could, warm up, show off that his arm is good and all that, and, find a trade partner for him. And he's all like, all right, there you go. You're going to do this team.
Wait for another team to lose their quarterback. Could be. We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Bethel, I tell you what, I'll be back Friday looking for you. All right?
All right, like always, great show.
Thanks, man.
Punch the like button. Let's go, man.
There you go. All right, Bethel.
All right.
Wait, here's Mugs and Roses. I love you. Mugs and Roses. Are you
What's
there?
up, Ronbo?
Yeah. We were trying to find you the other day. Mugs.
Yeah. So
come on in.
I was gonna call in like normal under my regular call name, Steven Hernandez and stuff like that, right?
Oh, it's
yeah, that's me.
Steven, that's you.
Yeah.
I like this name though.
I wanted to call in on Sunday, but so I wanted to show you some good news. Unfortunately, I'm feeding my son right now. He finally came into the world on Friday night.
Oh, hey, congratulations. I just realized this is the newborn.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations and happy birthday, little Steven. Hey, what's his name?
Thank you. His name is Roman.
Roman. Hey, Roman. Now you got to teach him how to play ball.
Baby Rome.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh man. Yeah. He came out 7 pounds, 4 or 5 ounces, and 21 inches long.
Good size. All right.
Yes.
Sounds
and
like
he's got a good wingspan.
Uh-oh. You already measured it up. I know it. You're not. Go, Steve.
Man, I got a little 49er onesie for him. It's a George Kittle jersey.
All right. Little Rome, man, he's going to grow up and teach him about the Rams right now. Don't wait.
It's going to happen. I'm going to have to teach him that offense and teach him that nice little 49er scheme we got going on.
There you go. That's awesome news, man. And it's summertime, too. Yeah, so, in July. Hey, that means it's the same sign as me. Hey, are we still within the realm of Cancer-born?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, now I'll be but we close now. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. When I see my birthday now, I've been thinking about Rome. I know it's your birthday almost too. Awesome news.
It is awesome, man. It's a whole different life. I'm telling you. It's amazing. It's amazing. I can't say it anymore.
It's gonna get better too. More and more fun. Hey, but Stephen, while you're here, what are you thinking about? Now, Deebo looks like he's excited as you are about his contract, because I guess they told him don't say anything, please. And he's training, working with his trainer, and his trainer just couldn't help himself. Him and the trainer in the locker room, about to get paid. And Deebo's in the background looking like he knows. I said, what? Really?
Yeah, no, he knows.
Finally.
He knows.
Good. So
Deebo deserves a good check, but at the same time, it's like, man, bro, you caused so much drama for no reason, causing all that John. Had your little brother tweet.
Yeah.
Had everyone guessing what your next move was going to be. Acting a fool, But, I mean, if he stays, and they're obviously going to give him a contract. They're going to give him a fat-ass extension.
And they always were. Stephen, they always were. I mean, that's why this acting out and going crazy. Did you see anybody else, Deebo, of any worth on this team? I mean, you saw George, you saw Fred. What, you thought they were going to tell you no, get out? You got another year on your contract anyway. You're freaking people out going nuts.
And then, his teammates are just probably like, bro, why? You're going to get paid. Why are you doing this? You know what I mean?
Well, some of them just didn't say anything, but like George Kittle was saying, George gets along. That's why George is everybody's bro on the team. No, I really, Deebo, he deserves to be paid, and he should be paid. And if not, I have no problem if he decides to go somewhere else. George, George, stop it! Just leave it alone, George. That's all I ask. Yeah, I understand your feeling for you, and he's your bro and everything. You don't speak on his behalf, but don't do that. Oh. So he just added more anxiety to the whole situation. Oh, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, it's just everyone knew he was going to get paid one way or another, Ronbo. You're not going to have a crazy breakout season and not pay him. Now, if the 49ers said, hey, give us one more season and we'll double what you want, or we'll sweeten the pot a lot more, then that would also be a smart business move. But because it's like a double or nothing. If he fails, then he gets his contract extension, that we're going to offer him that he wants this year, next year, even if he fails. But let's say, for instance, if he has another phenomenal season, then they'll have to double down and eat their words. Fortunately, they'll probably have to let some people go again just to fill that contract void. You know what I mean? Now,
Stephen, you mentioned that. But one thing that's worrisome about that, notice everybody who gets paid, though, has a little bit of dip in their production. Hopefully that doesn't happen this year. Even Fred was not completely Fred last year. He was good. He's still a Pro Bowler, but not the complete eye of the tiger as usual.
Yeah. And you know what's weird about that too, Ronbo? Even in his dip in his performance, he was still graded number 1 middle linebacker in the NFL.
He's that good. But but did you agree? Was Fred actually still as intimidating, as dominant? He was still great, but I could just see a slight drop. Steven?
Yeah, sorry about that. No,
go ahead. No, you attended a little bit.
I was talking to my lady.
Okay.
But no, even with the dip in his performance, he's still a powerhouse. He's still a presence, and I think that's what works well. Not only that, too. Let's talk about how Nick Bosa was beat out by T.J. Watt Miles Garrett, or is it Miles Garrett?
Miles
Yeah.
Garrett was number
And
one.
who else?
TJ's number two, and Nick
And
came
Nick
in
Bosa's.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can understand TJ, but not really. Not really. It's like 50-50. I mean, you kind of can't go wrong with either of the two. But Miles Garrett,
I don't know. Did Miles lead the league last year in numbers?
no, it was TJ. It was TJ and Nick at a certain point, if I'm not mistaken. But definitely TJ was like the most dominant.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
me seeing Miles Garrett there was like, why?
Well, TJ. I thought Nick should have been there. TJ dealt with single blocks every time that ball was snapped because they play the 3-4, right? Every time that ball was snapped, he didn't have to deal. Nick has to deal with double and triple teams on every snap.
Grabbing, holding.
I really think they should also measure in the amount of difficulty, and that should count for points. Level of difficulty should also be added up to a certain amount. When you look at what Nick's going through and what TJ's going through, and Miles Garrett, I don't have anything to say about Miles Garrett. He is very scary when he's focused. I did see Miles Garrett take some plays off before. I've never seen Nick take a play off. And you're right. I don't know that all three of them, if there's a difference between all three of them, and I think the numbers do indicate that. What's Nick, 80 what? And they're all right in there kind of close.
Yeah, it's like neck and neck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Miles Garrett obviously is going to be a little bit more seasoned, so if they're talking about overall skill,
it's probably that.
then yeah, Miles Garrett's got them beat. But in terms of like, let's say for instance, last year's performance, I gotta say TJ, Nick, and Miles Garrett in that order. Just because TJ was a powerhouse in the Steelers.
Oh man.
And Nick Bosa was right behind him. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I love both of them. The Watt brothers and the Bosa brothers are a dominant force.
Don't get me started on that. I'll put a poll out. If you could pick up two brothers on your team between the Bosas and the Watts, which one would you pick? I got into arguments on Twitter with a bunch of guys. Take the Watts brothers all day. You're a damn fool. Sometimes
Ronbo. Well, it depends. Hold on. Are we talking about young TJ Watt or current TJ Watt? Because if we're talking about current, I gotta go Bosa. But if we're talking about young JJ Watt.
And actually, I knew when I said that I was probably on the edge of being out of line because you know what? You're right. JJ Watt was freaking frightening. TJ's good. But man, Steven, we're having too much fun. We're out of time. I'll be back Friday looking for you, okay?
All right, Ronbo. And this time, if I pull up, I'm hoping my son will be in his 49er onesie and not feeding.
Hey, Rome, you got to zoom in. Rome, have a good night, little guy. All right, Steven.
You have a good night, Ronbo. I look forward to seeing you.
Thanks,
Friday,
Phil.
right?
Friday, looking for you. All right. Night.
Good night.
And Clarence Molina has a message he wants to direct to everybody's other favorite Rams fan, marketing slow and ready to hoe, that we have more 49er fans in the Bay Area than Rams fans in the entire world. This is my contribution towards the Frankie G Fathead. Hey, thanks, Frank. That would be cool because Frankie's the most recent guy to leave too, right? Mr. Block Guy says, glad to hear Deebo stuff is coming together. It's been a crazy time in Akron, Ohio, Rumble. Can't wait for my Niners season. How my running backs looking and my wide receivers. Oh, and actually the wide receiver room is like, I can't wait to see what comes out of that room. And there's Kelly, as I mentioned a little while ago. Kelly says, please, Rams fans, calling us too broke to get SoFi tickets when they couldn't save their St. Louis stadium. Tell them, Kelly. Nice comeback. Same old low IQ Rams. Rams, you guys delve into subject matter that you're going to get your ass handed to you. You guys should stay in areas where you might win. If you're going to say something, think about it before you open your mouth. Look at you. You're an embarrassment. Hey, there he is. He is Trey from VA, one of the founding members of TNT. Is Trey? Is he a Deebo fan? I can't remember. We'll ask him. And how much would he pay Trey? I mean, how much would he pay Deebo?
I know. And I do. Fine. Brother Ronbo, how are you doing tonight, man? How are you doing tonight?
It's a great night. Because as long as things are looking good in front office and Deebo possibly getting signed, and ain't no way he's smiling otherwise, it's good.
It smells like money getting tossed around. Shout out to TNT family. Shout out to you, Brother Ronbo, and production.
Thanks, sir.
But it smells like money in here. Well, first of all, it smells like disrespect. It smells like disrespect in here.
Well, the Rams provide that. Yeah.
Well, we'll get to them in just a second. The NFL has decided that they want to hate on Deebo Samuel. Deebo's not a top 10 receiver.
Oh.
Is that what we're hearing out here? Is that what they're saying in the street? Well, you know me, Ronbo. You know me. So if you don't mind,
yes,
I'm gonna need.
You need an installment, and yes, it may be middle of the week, but we're always ready to have a let me holler at you. Go ahead, take it away, Trey.
NFL community, these experts, these people that claim they know what they talk about. Let me holler at you real quick, because it seems like to me that you guys don't do a good job of understanding simple facts, okay? Simple facts are this. Deebo Samuel's, quiet as his kept, Ronbo, was top 5 in the league. Top 5 in the league in receiving yards, Ronbo. Top 5 in receiving yards. Here's the funny thing, though. Opportunities create yardage. Cooper Kupp had 145 receptions, NFL record. Deebo Samuels had 77. Exactly half. But he was only a couple hundred yards behind him. What, 300 to 400 yards behind him? You see what I mean?
And don't leave out the part where he was doing other things besides going out for passes.
Hold on. We just talk about receiving, Ronbo. Let's just talk about receiving.
But I'm just saying one of the reasons why.
This is the thing. I know. One half of the case is going to be receiving. The other stuff we'll get to in just a short second.
Right.
Because they're disrespecting that man as a receiver. He's not a receiver, right? He's not a top guy. But he's top 5. And think about this, Ronbo. All of these other guys that are above him have over 100 receptions. He has 77. He's doing it on fewer opportunities. The craziest part is that, Ronbo, he leads the league in yards per reception. How do you do that on the fewest targets?
And get on Amari Cooper while you're at it. One of them Dallas Cowboys at number 10. Yeah, that's what I said.
The guy that's scared to go over the middle. The guy that's not a leader. The guy that's not a number 1. The guy that's never made a play. Deebo said, give me the ball. Don't matter how you give it to me. In the playoffs, I'm going to score and I'm going to win. Matter of fact, Amari Cooper was on that same field. Did he make a play?
I don't remember.
Did you hear his name? But these guys are the top 10 guys in the league. You feel
Shame.
You feel me?
The word shame.
Craziness.
Shame.
And the problem is this, Ronbo, the problem is perception. So when teams think about us, the 49ers, they don't think about a passing team. They don't think about down the field. They don't think about big explosive plays through the passing game. And that's on us. And that's what Trey Lance is here to do. You see what I'm saying? But that's why they don't regard him like that, even though the numbers speak it. Defensive players know who do the hardest. This guy is the ultimate playmaker. And we're just talking about receiving now, Ronbo. Let's get into the other side of things. You see what I mean? Because they're making it seem like he's just a gadget guy. No, we're talking about top 5 receiving in the league. We're talking about, hold on, Ron, but we're talking about top 5 receiving in the league. We're talking about leading the league in yards per reception, even though you get 30 to 40 fewer opportunities, right? And then here's the kicker of them all, Ronbo. Out of all of the top 10 guys, he has the longest. Let me say that again. Out of all of the top 10 guys, he has the longest reception last year in the NFL with 83 yards. Not in the league. DK had a 91, but DK ain't in the top 10. He's talking about in the top 10.
Didn't even talk
He's
about
the
DK.
most explosive receiver. Even more so than Tyreek Hill. You wouldn't think so. But we just talking about pure numbers. They don't want to do that.
Deebo, that's what he does. That's why when people ask his worth, I said top
lists,
3, top 5? No. Deebo's
these
top
lists,
3.
These lists are based on emotion, and they think about your quarterback. Okay, Jamar Chase, we got Joe Burrow. Keenan Allen, he has Justin Herbert. Keenan Allen is not better than Deebo Samuel.
Nah. But wait a minute. But Trey, Big Show has a question for you. Now, this is not coming from me. This is coming from Big Show. He wants to know.
Hold on. I know what he's going to say. I'm ready for it.
I'm
ready for it. No, I'm ready for it.
You want to address? You want to address that?
And look, hold on. Hold on. I just want to say this before I address that. I have been carefully strategic to leave out one portion of the conversation tonight. So if I answer what I think I'm going to answer, I'm going to have to go to that side I didn't want to go to. Is that what we want to do?
Just be honest. Just be honest. The question's not hard.
Right, go ahead. What was the question, sir?
He said, who made Deebo and who threw to Deebo to get those 5 receiving yards? Can't remember his name.
Well, hold on. You're right. No, you're right. He did. It was the guy, Jimmy G. The problem is that when Deebo has literally 40 less receptions, 40 less opportunities than the guys that he's surrounding, and what it shows me is that he's been catching a lot of short passes. Let's call it. It's a lot of short passes that he's taken a long way.
Trey,
let's not act like we didn't.
I just want to ask you one question, though, and this is not to start anything. My question is, though, what is it that people don't appreciate about Kyle Shanahan's offense? That's part of his offense. I just wonder if it's effective.
What people are missing, Ronbo, is that
if it's effective,
element.
why is it such a problem?
We need the over-the-top element. The over-the-top element, Ronbo. That's what the over-the-top. That's it. That's what all.
Does it have to be Deebo? If Deebo does this well, why would you change that?
No, it doesn't have to be Deebo.
And by the way, Ayuk had more yardage than Amari Cooper too. This is what also annoys me. That's why
we're just throwing numbers out there. We just thought, but what we're saying is that these are biases, and it's because people don't believe in the quarterback. I didn't want to say that, but it's the truth.
But
people don't believe in nobody thinks that the quarterback.
That my quarterback is going to have an impact on my rating.
It's true though. People don't think that Deebo played with a top flight quarterback.
But what is that? Why
so they don't think of him as a top?
No, Trey.
I'm just telling you the truth, Ronbo. I'm telling you that.
That's your opinion. That's
not
true.
You the truth.
Why would that be the truth?
Hold on. Why else would Amari Cooper and Keenan Allen, guys that didn't have better seasons of yardage and production than him, be ahead of him because they play with better quarterbacks? Dak Prescott, Justin Herbert. We just talking about perception and facts, Ronbo. We didn't sit there and say that we make the rules, but that's the rules that they're playing by. These guys are getting graded because of the quarterback.
But you know what, though? I think it has, and if you're going to go that route, I think it has more to do with Deebo's divided role as a player and a running back. You know, I know you weren't going to say anything about Jimmy, but if you're going to say something, Trey, look at the whole picture. Don't isolate.
I have not disparaged that man. Hold on.
That's Kyle Shanahan's offense. That's Kyle's offense.
I haven't said anything negative about that.
No, but I'm just saying,
whole conversation.
It's not even Jimmy's offense. I really would like to talk to Jimmy one day and ask him, Jimmy, did you enjoy that offense? Oh yeah, it was effective. It worked. Could you? People think you can't. People think you can't. People think you can't throw the ball over 5 or 10 yards.
No,
can you throw the ball over 5 or 10 yards?
That's why we got Danny Gray.
That's all I did when I was in college.
That's why we're excited for Ayuk. Yeah. Because we need to go to the next level, Ron. But we need to start threatening every blade of grass. Blade of grass.
You know how you always say. You know how we always say we're going to run out of time. We have.
Yeah. All right, man.
Hey,
well, look, shout out to everybody.
Is bookmark that spot
no,
and continue.
It's late, man. It's late.
Next time, so I get the whole story.
Yeah. I'll see you on Friday, man.
All right. And remember, I'm going to pick it up from right here, even if you don't.
You took me down this path. That's all.
Big Show did.
All right, man.
But then you answered, and then, of course, you got me involved.
That's it, man. Shout out to you, man. We out of here. Good night, everybody. East Coast, go to sleep, man. It's 2:30.
It is late. Night, Trey.
All right.
And I see Tony. Atlanta's Tony. Tony, come on in.
Ronbo, good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Doing great. You know, seeing Deebo smile, because I like Deebo, seeing Deebo all juiced up and looking good, feeling good, that's a great thing for us. I felt sorry for him for a minute because he looked so pathetic at one point. I said, Deebo's frustrated. Look at him. We've never seen him like this. And then today, we look at Deebo. I look like Deebo again. Good. So.
Congrats at upcoming upcoming negotiations. Looks like y'all going to get them paid.
Yeah. Well, you knew he would. Just didn't know when.
I got light news with us, and I got on them in our chat earlier this evening. Veteran free agent, defensive end tackle Eddie Goldman. We signed him 2 weeks ago from the Bears, free agent. he decided to retire today. He don't have it in him.
Oh.
And they're overreacting. Rambo start going. I'm like, guys, Sheldon Richardson's out there, Ndamukong Suh. Stop overreacting. Okay, the
You know how fans do.
I'd rather him retire.
You had to be
I'd rather him
surprised, though.
retire and then get on the field and don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Did anybody see that coming? Because we kind of saw when Alex Mack was getting ready to call it a day. Did you see that coming?
Well, a Bear fan had told us a couple of weeks ago that last year Eddie Goldman wasn't his, because he took 2020 off because of COVID. And then when he came back last year, he missed like about 5 or 6 games because of injury. And then he came back. They said he wasn't his old self from what they said. I didn't look at any tape. So
Yeah.
I'm
Can you
glad
imagine?
he did,
Probably
rather
lost-
now than later.
Yeah. You know, you've been playing as long as those guys like he has, and especially the position he plays in. It's hard probably to get up every season to get the kind of attitude and drive that you need to compete at this level, you know? Maybe
He's only 28. He's only played years.
Wait a minute. He's only 28? You know what?
Yep.
I'll bet he'll be back. He just needs to take a year off. Have you got the rights? Who's got the rights to him?
Now. This is happening more and more. Remember that guy that y'all had years ago that retired early? Was it a linebacker or something? Had too many concussions.
Oh. I know. I forgot. Who was that? Shoot. Hey, anybody in chat remember what's his name? You know, I know he wore number 50. Yeah, and Willis called him like a little bulldog. Guys, what is his name? The rampaging little white guy that you couldn't do anything with, the linebacker. Who he was? Borland, Chris Borland. Thank you, THC for it.
Yeah,
Chris Borland.
he went to Wisconsin, right? Out of Wisconsin, right?
He came from a school that had no business producing that kind of product. And he was like, Borland was getting like 20. I mean, he had like 20 sacks. 20 tackles a game. And I said, yeah, this dude, who is this? I couldn't get over him after a while. And then he came to his senses, as you know, and said, you know what, if I'm going to continue to play the style of football I play, I don't want to have to retire an invalid, you know. I guess he was right.
And then Tampa left guard, Ali Marpet's been in the league 5 years. He retired after this season. Ali Marpet, because the Buccaneers lost both of their guards, and they had to replace them. They lost Kappa to free agency to Cincinnati, and Ali Marpet, 5-year young veteran, retired. So it's happening more and more with young players retiring.
Those guys are going in, they're getting CAT scans. Doctors are telling them, listen, this is something that's developing. It could evolve, and you could end up in. Oh, that's it. Don't finish. I'm done. You know, your life depends on certain things. As football players, you got to know, and they haven't designed a helmet yet that's going to save you. So you got to make a decision.
Exactly. And Ready to Go has been getting tore up in the chat tonight. Ronbo, thank you for calling them out.
Because he says the most ridiculous things. If you don't know what you're talking about, then just be quiet. God.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. And Ronbo, I got to give it to him. I'm going to clap 3 times. What a performance last week by JJ. Ronbo, I was on the floor. Remember JJ? I was on the floor in tears, Ronbo. And then he, at the end, he came out to 2 guys in the chat at me. I didn't say nothing in the chat till the end. He got me because of my laughing emojis. He was talking about he talking about you guys going to have dark days. Ronbo, I was in tears laughing at that dude. He was passing, Ronbo.
Wait.
Your coach going to get fired? No.
Wait. Who's JJ?
Funny. I don't know. It was the guy you talked to last week. Was it last Thursday, Friday? And he said, dark days are ahead. He was talking about Trey Lance. Trey Lance isn't the guy.
I remember this conversation. Was his name JJ? Yeah, I remember that conversation, though. Yeah. You
And they were
know,
tearing him up in the chat. They were tearing him up, too. I was cracking up.
you know what the thing is? You got to retreat out of this chat. If you say something, Ready to Go's got huge cojones. You know, the dude, Marketing Pro doesn't go as far as Ready to Go.
No.
Ready to Go hangs himself up there where he can be shot at butt naked, you know? I say, what did he say?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But he lived, and I told Ready to Go, and Ready to Go, if you're listening, the Los Angeles Chargers own SoFi Stadium. The Rams are paying the rent to the Chargers. That's right.
You know, everybody who plays. Tony, any team that's ever played, if the Raiders come to play the Rams in SoFi, they will again own the stadium. The Chargers are doing better. And of course, when we go there, it's not even it's embarrassing when a quarterback's wife has to go online and plead, please, don't sell your tickets to 49er fans. That means we're running out of tickets for everybody else. They're going to be coming to you, and they're going to probably pay any amount of money. And then you see people saying, 49er fans can't afford. Can't afford? We're buying tickets from your people. And it ain't probably regulation prices.
But like you said, Ronbo, you said this a couple months ago. The Rams just want to be relevant. They want acceptance. And you would never know. They just won the Super Bowl.
That's got to hurt your feelings, though, you know? It took you a long time to get here. You got past a team that's been beating you up for years. And you got over there and you got to win. And you know, that's got to feel good, I have to admit.
You can't win because it's going to be you guys. And if Cincinnati had kept running Mixon, like I said, he was getting a rhythm. He had 78 yards. They wouldn't have beat Cincinnati.
That's just experience.
One. They started passing.
That's just experience. They'll beat them if that happens next year. They'll mop the floor with the Rams. So you know, but that's not gonna be a problem because the Rams aren't going anywhere next year. Tony,
nope, they start out 0-2 after we beat them.
I can't wait for that. Always a pleasure, Tony.
Yes,
I'll be back Friday looking for you.
Always a pleasure, sir. And again, JJ, if you're listening, what a performance. That was comedic gold. I'll see you Friday, sir.
We get a lot of that.
Good night.
Night, Tony.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Hey, Shabazz. Shabazz might be in L.A. arguing with the Rams fan. Oh, go ahead, Shabazz.
I ain't arguing with no Rams fan, Ronbo. I don't care about no silly Rams fan.
We really need to stop stupid to that level, don't we? Well, you know, because Ellis brought it up a while back, says, man, y'all don't feed them trolls, man. They get energy from us. And he was right, you know. It's hard to ignore some of the things they say, though. They got some really silly people, and Ready to Go is the president of that club. But Shabazz, let's talk about the Niners and Deebo. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Deebo gonna be all right. He's just, you know, going through what he's going through, wanting to get paid. It's natural. We've talked about this before. You know, everybody want to be paid top dollar. Ain't nothing wrong.
You can't get mad at him.
Want to get paid for your services. And he has to understand this, though, coming up, Ronbo. Him getting paid is going to prolong his career, and he won't be overused like he was. With this new set of running backs that we got going, we're going to have what I foresee as a thunder and lightning. You know, we're going to have times where we can run the ball with Eli Mitchell, and times where we can hit fast. We're going to have times where we're going to run the ball and we're going to get 8 bruising yards on the ground. So
I'm still thinking about putting Poe in that backfield, too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a good, interesting season. They know we got the spaz out about, worry about, you know.
What would you pay him, Shabazz? What do you think is a fair number? And why is Deebo so excited? And because right now, these numbers we're talking about, it's going to be interesting to see how much is guaranteed, what's the length of the contract. What are you thinking?
Man, that I don't know, but knowing the 49ers, how crafty they is, they're going to always write out a contract that's going to be in their favor.
No, except with D Ford. That's the only time the 49ers screwed up. But otherwise, you're right. They
Yeah.
usually do contracts that are going to benefit them if something goes south.
That's gonna benefit them, and let it work out for all of us, and everybody can go on with their lives. He did say something that kind of pissed me off. He said that he played 2K and not Madden. Like, come on, Deebo. You're a football player, man. I play Madden, man. Everybody loves Madden. It's okay to say that you heard about your Madden rating because everybody else got great Madden ratings. I mean, Fred got a 94, which is off the chain.
Yes.
Bosa got a 94. Trent's a 99.
No,
Kittle's a 97.
they never been
Like,
done. Ho!
Yeah. So, like, yeah, we got a bunch of 90s. So I do agree with him. It probably hurt his feelings a little bit that he ain't reached the 92.
They got egos. Of course that hurt his feelings.
Yeah, everybody got ego. So all you got to do is just ball out and look, make Madden pay. That's all I say. Just ball out.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, son. All right, you want to say good night to the rest of the Empire?
Yeah.
Say good night, Empire.
Good night, Empire.
And
Yeah,
bang, bang, down
all
again.
right. Good night, little man.
Yeah, it's a little Shabazz right there.
Little Shabazz. I always called him that, too. Shabazz, okay, the thing is, this is going to be, I'm sure the 49ers wanted that long deal of 4 years because Deebo already made it clear that he was wanting to go short so you can have two big paydays. You get a couple of years out of the 49ers and get maybe a 3-year contract from San Francisco, and then he'd still be in good shape. That's why I didn't want to be running the ball any more than necessary. Shabazz, I do question that, though. Do you think Deebo is the guy that ran over to Kyle and said, give me the damn ball? Now, is there going to be a time that Deebo forgets what he said, if he did say it, which I still question? And let's say we're up against the Rams again, fourth quarter, we're down 3. Is Deebo going to say if the running backs ain't doing their job like Deebo thinks they should be? Does Deebo, Kyle, Coach, don't play with me. Give me the ball. I'm telling you right, just give me the ball. Last time I told you give me the ball, what happened? Give me the ball. I could see that happening. Deebo, I thought we were going to sort of stop doing that with you. I don't believe it.
Right. And right, he might feel that way. He might not feel that way. But I will tell you this much, Ronbo. I don't think he's gonna be in a situation where he's gonna have to do that this season.
I hope not.
I just don't. I think that the football gods are gonna smile on us. We're gonna be in the NFC Championship
And stop with the
We're
injuries.
gonna have a great year.
And Deebo ain't got
yeah,
that. Like you
because-
say, Tyrion Davis-Price is going to be everything he was advertised to be. Elijah Mitchell is healthy this year going into week 16, 17. And yes.
And Trey Sherman is also working hard. Everybody forgot about him. Remember one thing about him versus Tyrone Davis-Price. We got a couple good runs out of him last year. And that first run before he got hit in the head like that, he looked it good. He looked it good in the preseason.
And no flag.
And he looked it good. And he looked it good in the regular season. So I think, Ronbo, I just really think, and remember, take a receipt on this.
Mm-hmm.
We will be top 3 in rushing this year. Period.
I can see that.
We will be.
I can see that. Because, you got that left side is crazy. Did you know that Aaron Banks is a bigger man than Trent Williams? I had no idea that man amassed large. I saw that clip
like, man,
walking next to
they
Trent.
kept saying that.
Trent looked like his little brother.
Everybody kept wondering, like, what, he's going to be a bust. He's going to be that. Remember, Ronbo, I said that Aaron Banks is going to shock everybody this season. Said that.
Yeah.
Said he will shock everybody and be a Pro Bowler this season.
Ooh, let it be, because that means if that happens, you're right. We will lead the league in rushing. What they got going on in Cleveland, we will beat.
This is why I like this man, Anthony Lynn. First of all, you got a first ballot Hall of Famer, Trent Williams, training up these rookies, showing them how to be a pro, showing them how to go about their everyday life in, the NFL. Now they're going to be getting with Trent. Right. This is what Trent and this offensive line finna do. Oh my God, Ronbo. It's gonna be. You know what it's gonna remind me of? I don't want to say this. It's kind of a bad word, but you remember that '94, I mean not '94, that '93 Cowboy team.
He's gonna say something about the Cowboys. I keep telling people, that was a team I don't think's ever been equaled. Jesus Christ, they were good.
Ronbo, and that's what this offensive line finna look like. That's what this offensive line finna to rival. Everybody's wondering, like, what's gonna be, what's gonna be their calling card? Man, they finna play some bully ball. And with Anthony Lynn, oh my gosh, everybody has no idea. You're just gonna see 49ers bully, run over, bully, run over, bully, 8 yards. Trail being, it's 3rd and 1. 5 yards on this carry, 6 yards on this carry. Trey ain't even gonna have to do no work. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And you know what? Somebody predicted that. I don't know who I was watching. Hold on. I had to send it out. I sent it out to my buddy Raj. Cool. Let me see. Just give me 1 second before we get off the line. Give me 1 second. A prediction, or on the Rich Eisen show, 13-4. Everybody talking about a hard schedule. I don't see no hard schedule. We're a hard schedule.
The people we're playing see a hard schedule, right? Yeah.
Yeah, right. You talking about, and I looked at it, and I did kind of agree with the 4 losses. I'm like, okay, yeah, I could see that maybe Tampa, and I don't think Tampa gonna be that good because remember, I'm a gambling man, Ronbo. I keep telling everybody the over and under on them is 11. Bob is taking the under.
Yes,
I'm taking the under. They won't win 11 games.
It's gonna be rough.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers will not win 11 games.
There you go. You heard it from Shabazz first. Who are the other? Real quick, Shabazz, since we're out of time. Who are the other 3 teams? Tampa Bay and who else?
They said the Chiefs will get us. They said we'll split with the Rams. They said we'll beat the Rams over there in L.A. like we always do. And I said, yeah, I can see beating the Rams over in L.A. And losing to them at home. And, a loss to the Traders at the end of the season.
Oh.
Which I hope not, because I'm going to that game.
Yeah, because that's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth. I have to. I got Raider fans all over my family. Oh,
Ronbo,
no.
wait a minute. Hear me, Ronbo.
Oh.
I'd rather beat the Raiders than lose to the Broncos. I'd rather beat the Raiders than lose to. Come on, think about that. We got 2
I'm
games.
trying.
Now, do you want to lose to Russell again, or you want to lose to the Raiders?
Oh,
I don't want to lose to Russell.
I mean, the only difference in this is it being slapped several times, pimp slapped or punched in the face. Which one is worse? Oh, God!
I think Ronbo punch me in the face. Don't pimp slap me, man. I can take a punch in the face because at least if you punch me in the face, I still got some of my manhood.
You
pimp slap me, man. I don't know how I'm going to react to getting pimp slapped, Ronbo.
Shabazz, okay, you know what? Because we'll know in 5 or 6 weeks in the season whether we need to be concerned about either one of them teams. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway.
Right.
All right, fam.
But I got us coming out the gate 5-1, man. 5-1 easy, man. Like, everybody wondering how Trey going to do. I got us coming out the gate 5-1. And furthermore, I know this ain't been about Jimmy tonight. I think the Niners sticking Jimmy on the shelf. Remember, I called it. They're gonna say he got hurt again.
The IR.
We're gonna put Jimmy on IR to like week 15, week 12, and we got insurance.
It's a nice insurance package there, boy. I tell you what. All right, Shabazz. I'll look for you Friday. We'll see what develops. We may be celebrating Deebo's contract Friday. All right. So I'll see you then.
Man, we may be, Ronbo. I'll see you then, baby.
All right. Looking forward to it, Shabazz. Have a great night.
All right. You too, Ronbo. Bang,
Thanks,
bang,
man.
not a gang.
Gang. It's Rudy. Here he comes in to pound his chest. Rudy. Yes, Rudy.
Ronbo.
Oh, what's that on the screen? Oh my God.
I just came to restore order.
Oh.
Yeah,
hey, if you're gonna restore order, start with your boy ready to go. Rudy, why don't you guys pull him to the side? When he says things, don't you guys find it's embarrassing? If I had a guy in my family that was running around saying things like that, I'd say, listen, I wish you'd run some of these things by me before you say them,
Ready to go is my dude. He's all right.
Oh.
But Ronbo, listen. God bless Bethel. Bethel, man. I got some Area 51 stuff you want to buy, man. If you believe that tinfoil stuff the Raider fans telling you, why are you gonna believe a Raider fan?
Hey, wait, you heard that story? Wait.
I mean, come on now, really.
You heard that story from the Raider fans?
He said he heard it from a Raider fan. And he
No, I
believes
thought you
it.
may have heard it as well.
If the Raider fans said that the Raiders own the Bay, is he going to believe that too? I mean, come on now. This guy here, I mean, geez, we won the Super Bowl and they got we had more fans than you. Okay, well, if they gave you if they gave you a Lombardi for how many fans you had, then that'd be something. But that doesn't matter. I mean, we have the trophy. There's not a trophy about how many fans you have. But also on that note, let me restore order this way. I just sent you a tweet that gives you the 2021 NFL attendance standings. Guess where my Los Angeles Super Bowl champion Rams are? They're 8th, averaging 70,000 fans in attendance. The Can't Get Right crew from Santa Clara is 19th in attendance, averaging 53,000 in attendance at Levi Stadium. So all you Raider fans, for all you Niner fans, can put that cigar in your mouth and smoke it, because one game doesn't mean you guys show up for every game. On my show, I have a clip that I show almost every live stream that I show from 2015 to 2016. Levi Stadium was empty, especially when they were 1-9 and Jimmy G wasn't there. So, if you want Rumble, you can go and check it. That's not my stats. I didn't make it up. The Rams are 8th. The Niners are 19th in attendance. So where are you guys the rest of the games, except for at SoFi Stadium, where, yes, there's a lot of Niner fans that live there. The Rams were out of the market.
Okay, now you got my attention. See, that's what I'm talking about, Rudy. You know what? See, that's why I say, you can go ahead and say what you want about that attendance record, but when we play the Rams, notice we outnumber you like, what is it? Ratio's like 4 or 5 to 1?
Well, like I said, a lot of them live in LA already. And,
Glad you're aware of that.
You listen, the Rams were out of the market for 20 years.
Longer than that.
So, 20 plus years. So there's a lot here. But here's the funny thing, and Niner fans don't get this. So the Rams ticket office trolled them. For a couple of days, they couldn't get tickets. Oh, they're not going to stop us. We're going to buy tickets, right? So the people that were out of town in Santa Clara and everywhere else had to pay double and triple the ticket price until the tickets were able to be bought. And so they paid more just to watch the Rams win the NFC Championship game. And then they had their huge parade with all of their fans going down the escalator, because we know that's the type of parades they have lately, is going down to defeat at SoFi Stadium. Prayers go out to all the Niner fans.
Whoa, Rudy, how many times has that parade taken place? Every time we've come there, where no matter where you guys are playing, Rudy, you've had one win since what year?
We won the big one, Rumble. We won the big one at our place, the only team in NFL history to win the championship game at home and then win the Super Bowl at home. The only team to do that. But like I said, the only parades the Niners can say they've had is the parade as they walk out back to their cars after they lost at the SoFi Stadium.
Okay, Rudy, you know what? I'm going to go. I'll be back Friday.
Well, like I said, Ronbo, I had to restore order because this was ridiculous. Yeah. I sent you the tweet. Whenever I speak facts. And I sent you the tweet about the fans. If there's so many fans, forget LA. If there's so many fans, then why are you guys 19th in attendance? And the Rams are 8th. Even the Chargers beat you. The Chargers are 10th in attendance. Even poor Tony's horrible dirty bird.
Then wait. It's not fair that we have to compete against the Chargers. They share a stadium with you.
Well, I mean, you know below the Chargers, Rumble.
What would be interesting? If the Chargers and the Rams played, who would have the biggest turnout between those fan bases?
The only reason why the Chargers are there because we had to take our little brothers on board so we could come back to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Just like the first one.
We're gonna go. Okay. And Rudy,
like I said, I just give you facts, man. You might not like it, but whenever I speak, and when I speak on my show, it's just facts. A lot of people don't like it because I just say it, but it is facts. I'm not making that up.
We're leaving, Rudy. It's Levi's South, Rudy. It's Levi's South. Get that through your head. Good call, show. Yeah, Levi's South.
They're gonna have
There you go. That's good timing. Okay. Where we at now? Get that crap off the screen. Okay. Fam, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah. I know. You know what? The good news is the season's about to start, and pretty soon they're gonna run out of ammunition. I'd say probably no more than 2 to 3 weeks. And before they come right back down to earth and realize who they really are. They represent nothing but mediocrity for the most part. They spend a lot of money to do nothing. They finally got it to come into fruition. And now they're calling us cheap. You can tell none of these guys went to any law schools. They have arguments that just would end up having them put in jail, no matter who they were defending. But fam, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'll see you Friday, and let's see what develops. Deebo could be getting Friday. He could be getting paid, and that would be fun to talk about, too. So, yeah. Fam, and thanks for the contributions tonight. Really appreciate that, guys. And please don't forget to hit subscribe. And the likes, you know how much I like those. Can't wait to see you Friday. And it's Kelly Almigo who says, if Levi's South, Rudy, shut up. And Rudy knows it. He has to come in and assert himself. It makes him feel better. And